Bunto's
I,
Extravaganza, Chaos Extravaganza Hangout. Hello, how you doing? Welcome tonight to Bunto's Extravaganza Hangout. What we're discussing tonight is a, the other partner telling the other partner if they should man up or if they should be weak. I mean, just actually approaching them as
interpersonal
far as
relationships is what you're trying to say?
yes, okay, in relationships. Should they approach the other partner and tell them if they're being pussy or not?
That is a really touchy area. I'm a
Why is that
mature.
touchy?
That's a mature. I'm a mature woman. I don't. I've never felt that it would be to my benefit to emasculate somebody that I was with.
Is
That's
that
not. That was
emasculating? Jenny,
that's.
if you told me
I would
if
be
I was being
walk. I
pussy.
would walk very carefully on a man's ego, because um,
Why, Jenny?
that's because I feel that that's. Um, Showing a loving, considerate, it seems like the correct thing to do. It
Okay,
seems to
Jenny.
be to show a certain respect and regard.
Okay, Jenny, if I was showing for a fact a deficit in manliness, and you could point that out to me to my benefit, isn't it incumbent upon you for doing that?
If I need to do that, I might have to ask you to go.
Like
If
if you said, "Hey, listen,
that's
quit
not
being a
something that I
pussy,
want to. I
man."
don't want that. Doesn't that isn't should not be necessary at our age. I don't.
Really?
If that comes up, there's going to be a problem.
Seriously, at our age,
Yeah, if you're a 50-year-old man or
right?
45 55-year-old
50-year-old man.
man, and that you're having an issue with being a pussy, and I feel that you're, and I wouldn't call it that. I would um,
Okay, I am being a pussy, so you would
call
say,
it
"Hey,
being
listen,
immature, or
afraid."
that's that's kind of distasteful, don't you think? I
Okay,
mean,
well, I mean, what
that's
is
a
the purpose of a woman if
Well,
not to help?
Bunto,
there's many
Bunto.
purposes to a woman.
Look at this. What's wrong with being a little bit feminine?
Okay,
What's wrong with being a
Well,
little bit masculine?
unless
Are
she's
you gonna tell a woman, hey, you gotta start acting more feminine?
I'm not talking about a little bit. He said if you're being a pussy, which would what to me indicates it's a serious degree of effeminacy.
all
Yeah,
right.
or wimpiness, or childishness. I would probably equate that with childishness. You know, you got to have respect in your relationship. You have
Right.
to have respect for each other. If once the respect is gone, the regard it follows very quickly.
Okay, let's say that I was afraid of defending my position, right?
Then you're a pussy.
Okay, then I'm a pussy. Well, I mean, okay, you as my woman who knows
I do not
my
involve
environment,
myself with men that are afraid to defend their positions.
okay, you would
I
abandon
cannot.
me.
I need. No, I would never start it in the first place. I, um, you know, I need a peer. I need an equal. I need a counterpart. I would expect. It's necessary to have a man that is my equal, not my lesser. That's not good for me or him, anybody. That's two people that can deal with each other on a um, eye to eye basis is on an equal partnership is definitely desirable in a relationship.
Okay, let me ask you this, Jenny. What is the duty of a woman?
Bunto, what? How old are you? What are you talking
I'm
duty?
50 years. Okay, duty as far as like,
Where were you raised in fucking Benton, Tennessee?
right. I mean, it sounds very backwardish,
It
very traditional.
honey, you're like dating something is what? Tell me your story. Come on,
It sounds
now I want to know. I want to know
incredibly
where are you
retarded,
from? Where are you from?
backwards to say that it's the duty of a woman to support the man, right?
This the questions that you're asking me have opened a whole new subject. Where are
Okay.
you from? Where are you from?
Okay, let's say that I'm from the Southwest. I'm from a very traditional gender binary of man and woman, where I am taught that the woman supports the man.
That I don't even believe you.
Okay, you don't believe me.
No, I find that incredulous. I don't even fucking believe you. That sounds like
Okay, in what society do you know where the man does not rely on the woman to support them? In what Western society do you know that? Where the man does not rely upon the woman
Bunto,
to support them?
if we're gonna, if we're gonna go out on a limb,
Okay,
I would rather talk uploading. Let's get off this and talk about
all right.
okay, the future of humanity. You know. Space travel. How are we going to overcome the problem of the human body not being able to do space travel and the time and the constraints? What about uploading? What about
Okay, fine.
the immersion of the human psyche into a robotic unit?
Very interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's do that.
okay. Let's admit, Jenny, that we have transcended the gender binary, right? I mean, we've seen no use in.
That the sun is beginning to expand. That we know, okay, that it's that year that we have managed to survive that long without killing ourselves or ruining the planet, but it's there that the sun is beginning to loom large in the sky. We see that humanity is coming to it. We must leave the planet if humanity is to survive.
Okay.
That it is mandatory that we find an alternative. The human body, has the shelf life of the food that we eat. We are
I'll
made of
give you
meat.
that.
We're
I'll
made of
give you
meat.
all that, Jenny.
We are made of meat. We cannot we cannot do space travel without gravity. We fail quickly. The extended periods of time that
All
it
right, Jenny.
requires. Okay, so we're going to upload.
Okay,
What?
Jenny, I'll give you all that. But let
Okay,
me tell you,
so
the thing that I have to abandon is you being a woman and me being a man, right? That's what you're telling me I'm going to have to abandon.
what do you mean? Abandon that to upload?
Like, yeah, I'm not going to have to worry about you being a woman and me being a man. The
And
gender binary.
there would be no reason for you to worry about that whatsoever.
Why, Jenny? I love you being a woman.
I love being a woman. There's no problem with that. We can treat each other as equals and show each other respect, and we're all good, right?
Okay, but all right, so me going back to the gender binary is distasteful. Like,
It's
I
not
want my
distasteful.
woman to help me.
How is it distasteful? It's just fucking Hangout. He can have any topic he fucking wants.
Right, okay, well, what I'm trying to say is that.
I don't think it's distasteful. It's just I'm like I kind of doubt your sincerity.
Why is that insincere if I say the woman is to help the man? Why is that insincere?
Well, because I suppose they can. It's not out of the question. I'm not opposed. I know people who, my mother was the primary earner in my family. She was more educated, and they both worked, but she earned the major part of the income.
Income.
I some men stay with the children. I'm open to all kinds of different situations, but I don't want no tit swinging baby for a man.
Okay,
That
right,
ain't happening.
right, all
It
right.
ain't happening.
Okay, I want the woman to be by my side,
I
right?
can be by side is fine, but that's
Okay, don't I have to, like, have some credibility before I get
yes,
to.
you do. You need to have some
Okay,
credibility.
why do I have to have credibility? Tell me what.
Even to be my friend, you need to have a certain amount of credibility.
Okay,
I
please
don't
explain
apologize
that.
for having standards.
Please explain that to our audience, please.
Uh, I don't apologize for having standards. I have certain expectations. I everybody wants to be associated with people that share like backgrounds, like interests, like um, values.
Okay.
That's a real common. I am not interested in hanging with people that are of low moral character. I'm certainly are people that I don't have anything in common with. That's not, you know.
Okay, listen, you want to shop around for the proper male.
Don't we? Isn't that what we do?
Okay, you want to
I
shop
don't,
around
I
for the
don't, I
company?
find I have never been the shopper. I find that I've always been shop, you know, they're the ones that do the shopping. I, I have not been an active shopper.
Okay, so okay, a man finds you desirable.
And then
Okay,
he buys me a house and gives me a car,
okay,
and
the man.
poses and flexes and razzle dazzles me, and the mating dance of the human,
Right.
the things that they do.
Okay, so I find you desirable. I go through all the hurdles that you wish, and I win your heart. Therefore, you support me, correct?
No, no, I
Why
would,
don't you support me? I won you.
because I'm not doing that. That's my choice. I'm not supporting you.
Why? If I won
You know
your
what?
heart, you support
You know
me.
what? My last relationship, we've been together for 4 years, and I threw his fucking ass out because I said I'm not supporting you. Get up off your ass and get a
I
job, or get the fuck out.
I want your allegiance. I want to feel your support. How do I get it?
Be my be my friend. First and foremost, and above all, be my friend. Be my
Yeah, it's
equal.
not a relationship's not about being ruled, one person ruling another. It's about a partnership, a
Yeah,
union.
be my support, my company, my friend, my ally. You know, you know. That's Be my partner. That's the way that works for me.
Okay, if what I do makes sense to you, you will support me.
If you were going to school, yeah, if it was necessary that you had a plan that was required, yeah, that made sense. If you were sitting on the couch, drinking beer and watching TV,
Right.
I wouldn't be very happy with it. I'd be like, fuck that, no.
Hello, Jennifer. How you doing? Okay, what I'm trying to say is like this. At some point, I'm going to request you to support me. What do I have to do to earn that?
There has to be a good reason for it.
No,
That
you're my woman. That is the reason.
Buntu, that you got the wrong woman. You're shopping in the wrong store. Get a
Well,
different woman.
I mean, explain to me
You
how it works.
you have the right to choose as much as I do or anyone else does. If that is what you're looking for, you're shopping in the wrong store. You need to go and find a different model because that's not happening here. Because I have my ability to choose is in it.
How do I win a woman? Tell me.
It's every woman is different. What kind of woman do you want? What kind of woman are you worthy of?
I want a woman that completely supports me, that I connect with.
Then you need to find a woman with very low self-esteem.
Okay, please explain that.
I think that's pretty clear to everybody.
I don't know how to. I don't know what that. Why do I have to settle for a woman with low
You're going to
self-esteem?
have to settle. If you can't, that's the way it works. If that's what you're looking for, you're only going to find
What?
it in the low self-esteem aisle
I want a woman
of
with.
your women's shopping mart.
I want an optimum woman. Why can't I get that?
What do you bring to the table?
Well, I mean, I'll give her whatever she wants. I just want the win. I mean, what do I need? What do I need to give?
You okay? Come on, ladies. Chime in
Please,
here.
Jen, please tell me, how do I win a woman?
Bunto, I've already talked to you about this like
Okay,
59 times.
please tell me how to win a woman.
You're never going to get a woman. The
Here's
woman
the
that you get is going to actually, she's going to be a very low self-esteem. You will not respect her, and she will actually end up hating you. It's pretty much hopeless. If I were you, I'd give up.
Okay, just give up on women.
Yeah, I'd be down in the porn shop looking for like
I love it.
looking for
Yes.
plastic vaginas because dude,
Oh my God, I
you
love
are
it. Jen.
you're not even
Perfect, Jen.
you are not even on the market. I mean, you'd have a hard time getting an old ugly woman.
Okay, Jen.
you've taken yourself completely off the shelf. It's like
How
it was
did I
like
mess
you
up
might
some?
as it's like the meat that they put in the reduced part of the, you know,
Oh
it's like
God,
it's like
I
there's
love it,
another
Jen.
bin that says dangerous. You buy at your own risk.
I love it, Jen. I'm perfect. I mean, okay, Jen, Borden, tell me how I fucked up, please.
Pardon me? How
I'm asking
I
Jennifer.
have no idea how you fucked up or what your problem is, but I just don't want it to be mine.
How did I get so? How did I totally miss with women? Jennifer? Please tell me.
That's not something that I would concern myself. Yeah, I'm still worrying about the future of humanity.
Oh no,
This little pilly shit just doesn't interest me.
Jen, are you there? Jennifer.
Not the other one.
Yeah,
The-
the other Jennifer. Jennifer, are you there? I probably scared her off. But just how did I miss, Jen? Tell me how.
You're 50 years old
Yeah,
and you don't know.
I don't know how. Tell me how I missed with women.
I have, honey. I wouldn't venture to guess.
I mean, I like women. Tell me how I missed.
I have no idea. I you know.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to use the restroom. Okay, so Bunto. Okay,
Please.
how many times have you told me that you want an alpha woman?
Many times.
Okay,
He can't have an alpha woman.
but here's the thing. You sit here and you're saying that you want a woman who agrees with or supports you in everything you do. But if you do stupid shit, an alpha woman is not going to support that. She's going to be like, Bunto, you're doing stupid shit.
An alpha woman does not settle. She does not. She doesn't. She doesn't dip down into the barrel and come up with a handful of sludge.
God, thank you, Jenny. Go ahead, Jen.
I'm glad to be of help. Service.
I just don't. I think the things you want in a woman are contradictory and
Okay, the things I want in a woman are contradictory.
What he
yeah.
wants is not um. What he brings to the table cannot pay for the object that he wants to
I
buy
don't
a
have enough money.
Cadillac. He wants to buy a Cadillac, but he only has $2,000. That's essentially what's happening here. He does not have he's not bringing what to the table what an alpha woman
Wants.
would
Desires.
what she costs. You don't have enough money. You have to go to Walmart.
Is that true, Jen, that I
That
have
is that's as clear as I can slice it, baby.
What's wrong with shopping at fucking Walmart?
Walmart's awesome.
Well, I mean, tell me what's wrong about wanting the alpha woman.
There's nothing wrong with wanting. I want a lot of shit, but I clearly understand that I can't have everything that I want. I don't spend a lot of time. I certainly don't expend any misery over not being able to get what I can't get. I mean, if you keep your wants and your expectations fairly close in line, you'll find that your life is much less disappointing.
My wants and expectations in line with my life.
You have to have realistic expectations from your life. If I was thinking that a 30-year-old millionaire was going to ride up to my door on a white horse and whisk me off, then that would be completely unrealistic, and that unrealistic desire would be a source of disappointment because it's unrealistic. The chances of it happening are like less than winning the lottery. So the unrealistic expectations have a tendency to lead to disappointment and unhappiness. But if misery is your thing, if you want to buy into unhappiness, go for it.
Jennifer, should I lowball myself?
Should you lowball yourself?
Yes.
No, but like Jenny was saying, you have to take an honest idea of what you actually have to offer and what you think you deserve. You can't be like, well, I'm friggin' special, therefore I deserve everything I want. Because everyone thinks that way. But you got to be honest about what it is you think you actually deserve.
Okay.
You're shopping in the wrong store, buddy.
So I'm shopping in the wrong store.
I'm a woman of I like to make it very simple. I use simple analogies. It seems
I should just admit to
very
myself
simplified.
that I'm a low class person and I should just go for lower class people.
If that is the truth, then yeah, absolutely. I would, yes. Lowered expectations.
What do you think, guys? Is that like reality?
I'm in the same boat with Jenny. I don't think I deserve,
Really?
a millionaire or, a friggin' Brad Pitt type looking guy or whatever the case may be. I definitely have my shortcomings, and I think I got lucky with the man I got. So I'm pleased with who I'm with.
All right. I have so many issues with that sort of thinking. Can you all see that?
Um, um,
Please, Lindsay.
um, I don't even know where to start.
I
I
mean, where to
consider
start?
myself like a good person, so I hope I find someone that is good too.
Oh, pardon me.
I hope I do in this shitty world we live in.
Right?
I strive to be nice. I really do. I try not to hate anyone. I try to mend offenses. I mend a fence today with a friendship. It's sturdy now. We're going to hang out on Wednesday. Hopefully the friendship will go on if I don't fuck it up.
Right.
But I hope that I find another good person. And if I don't, then I'll probably stay single. Because fuck that shit. I'm not going to end up with a shitty person. Fuck that. I don't deserve that.
That's kind of what we're talking about. Like if you bring to the table that you're a nice person, then you deserve a nice person in return. But what Jenny was saying is that if you have $2,000 in your pocket, you can't expect to go out and just scoop up a Cadillac on the side of the road. That's like the owner's like, yeah, here's the keys, have it. They're not. It's not going to be given to you like that.
You never know. It might happen.
It's been shown that relationships, there needs to be similarity in backgrounds. I mean, the more similarity between two people in a relationship is largely determines the success of that relationship. The kind of background that you have, the family that you've grown up with, the more similarity, it has a direct correlation to the success of that relationship. I mean, because you have more in common. If you, we tend to be attracted to people that we have things in common with. That's just a normal human thing that happens. If we get into relationships with people that are somehow that we, are lesser than ourselves, that will be an issue, and to pretend that it won't be is utterly, it's
okay. Listen,
it's fantasy.
This is what I know. I have an imagination. I have a conception.
I can tell.
And the thing is, with whoever I'm with, that imagination has no bounds. I mean, that is what I've learned about my experience, is that I don't want to have, what do you call, like, the false hurdle, the false walls of people holding back my imagination about what I can conceptualize with another person. So yes, I will hook up with anybody who has the same fervor as I want as far as achieving the heights of my imagination. See that, how that works?
You have the sincerity of
Why is that insincere? I mean, that's
You know,
sincere.
okay, I'm having a hard time believing that. I mean, fucking around is fine. I mean, I have a hard time believing that you're
Okay.
serious about any of this. I mean, it's like, you know,
Okay, I should surrender. Like you have surrendered, I should surrender.
I have not surrendered, honey. I am never surrender. I am a hard. I've been called the hard case from hell. I
Okay.
am you know. No, I do not surrender. I can go alone. I will not. I don't settle. I'm pretty good company. I've spent.
Okay, what you dislike is the delusion, right? You think like, well, Bunto's being delusional.
No. I think I'm not sure that you're being. I don't think you're being delusional. I doubt that you're. I'm having a hard time believing that you're being serious. That you can actually believe the shit that's coming out of your mouth.
Okay.
That's where our
I
disconnect
want
is.
my woman to be with me when I imagine the most perfect reality I can imagine. What's wrong with that?
To be with you when you imagine.
Right.
And how does that play?
Conceptualize.
What does that look like? Can you describe an activity? Because
Okay, like I imagine me and my woman having a successful, what do you say,
dinner at Applebee's.
beneficent, uh, bountiful life together. Why is that wrong with me imagining?
Bountiful is good. More is better.
But I mean, would you tell me like, okay, you're just a dreamer, and that'll never happen? Is that what
Bunto,
my woman's gonna do?
Bunto, you're being so vague about it.
He's fucking with us. He's just
Really?
fucking.
Well,
He's
why is
just
that
fucking.
fucking? I'm just offering that.
Dude, you know what? Hey, I've been around the block. I do know the way.
Okay, so men, when they say that, are just bullshitting you, right, Jenny?
Bunto, come over here. I'm gonna slap you.
Well, okay, so all right, Jennifer, please tell me why am I bullshitting when I imagine those things?
I don't think you're bullshitting. I think you're just being so vague with it that, yeah, that's what most people want.
Are you guys telling me he's really nuts? Is that what's happening here? And I've misread it. That he's just basically actually batshit is because I do like to cut to the chase.
I think he just words things in a way that most people don't get what he's trying to present as his argument.
Well, am I bad
Well,
shit?
Bunto, just
Oh, I'm
I'm
seeing how you play, Bunto. I'm seeing your game. Ooh.
But why am I bad shit for telling my woman that, hey, I want to be, I want to imagine the best for us?
There's nothing wrong with having high hopes.
High hopes.
If they're unrealistic, if you don't mind a lot of disappointment, if you have unrealistic hopes, if you don't mind being let down, I suppose it's fine. I would rather keep my
Are you
hopes
going to tell
realistic.
someone who buys a lottery ticket every day that they're never going to win the lottery? What if they win?
Somebody wins it, but I'm telling you, I don't buy. That's my mindset. I don't buy a lottery ticket every day.
I don't buy one either, but my sister buys them all the time, and she always fucking wins.
Well, you never win if you don't buy one. I'm not. I have bought some on occasion.
Okay.
I would rather go to Reno. If I'm going to gamble, I want my hands on it.
The problem is
in Reno, I do actually win.
The problem is the alpha male that's always dreaming, right? Isn't that the problem?
No, I don't. This is not somebody that I've met, Bunto. This is a whole new idea to me. The alpha male that's always dreaming. The alpha male that I know of is always working.
Working.
Yeah. That's always working. Has a very active mind, working, planning, has a lot going on. The alpha males are not dreamers; they are doers.
They're not dreamers; they're doers.
They're doers.
What do you think, Jennifer? Makes sense?
Makes sense to me.
Okay, the alpha
So you
male
can't
cannot.
dream. You can't dream. You have to just work.
Well, no,
Work.
you
Well,
Be
you
good
work
old
toward
you
your dream.
dream.
job.
Yeah, you dream
You
and then
work
you
to
do it.
achieve
Gets
your
dead.
you achieve your goals through working. There, many road running milestones of success on the way up that are, to be celebrated and enjoyed. And that I mean, I in my own life have experienced, you know, um, you know, completing school, getting a decent job, getting a decent paycheck that I can, allows me some disposable income, that, the fruits of your labors. I certainly, that's the way it is, man. That's life. I don't.
All right, the alpha male makes money, while the pseudo alpha male writes stories and fantasizes all day.
If
Correct?
they write stories that sell, then that's
Oh, red cell. Okay.
you're,
Oh, so money
but
rules the world?
yeah, it does. Actually, yes, it does. Um, being poverty stricken, have recently read, will cut 15 years off your life,
Okay.
simply due to the hardship of being
Poverty
living
keeps
in
you
poverty.
humble.
Very, very difficult. Um, a better income does give a person a better lifestyle, to the point that it actually increases the length of their life. So that's pretty much undeniable.
Okay, Jen. These pseudo alpha males. What's your
What's
experience?
pseudo alpha males? I
Pseudo
don't
alpha males are
I don't
like
know
people
any.
that sort of like shape their reality around stories.
I don't know that guy.
Creatives. They create stories. They create art.
Is there is this guy been in a movie that you can cite to me so that I can get some kind of a picture in my head? Well,
Me. I
a
mean,
character from do you resemble a character in any movie, like
He's talking about
As Good as
himself.
It
He's
Gets,
an
Jack
author.
Nicholson?
He writes stories. He sells them on Amazon. He has sold books. He has made money. He's talking about himself.
yes, I
Don't you
create.
know
I'm a creative, Jenny. I mean,
Well,
how am I? How did I
Bunto,
fail as an
if
alpha
you
male?
you know what? If you are you gonna fuck with me and play games,
No, tell me
I'm
how
not
I
sure I'm
failed
going to
as an
be
alpha male.
able to give you an act. It's like, come on, bring it.
How did I fail as an alpha male?
How did you fail? I have not a fucking clue. There
Hi,
she is.
Fiction. How you doing? There she is. Okay, I create my own reality.
As
Um,
as a living.
well, I write stories.
Well,
I
then that would be a profession.
profession. That's my
Yeah,
profession.
by using that word, it would puts a completely different spin on it, clarifies the whole issue. That I am an artist by profession. I used to own a beauty salon. I
Right.
was an artist by profession. I made money at that. That it paid me. It paid my bills. I went back to school and went into doing some legal things, working in a consumer protection agency that paid me better. Uh, you know,
Okay, listen, the short end of the stick is this. Jenny, there's plenty of other guys that make more money than me, have a more substantial living than me, but what I do is create a reality. I mean, how can you reconcile that? I mean, you just admit.
why did you not say that I am a writer, Buntu? Okay, now I want to. This is I want. Let's stay on this because I need an answer here.
Okay, what?
Why why the vagary? Why the
Okay, so, all right. For me to create a
what are you
reality,
setting up here? I'm looking to motive.
okay, listen.
I'm gonna get you.
All right, I write stories for a living, right? I create my own reality. Does that make sense?
Well, certainly.
All right. So what I'm trying to say is that my expertise and what the wisdom I can lend is maybe not as substantial as somebody who like runs a hedge fund or runs like, an apartment complex who can like, siphon money from poor people.
The arts are
The
always a gamble.
arts,
The creative arts
the
are
creative arts,
always a gamble.
a gamble.
That people generally, when they go into the arts, when they have an artistic vocation, generally have a secondary job, because there is a certain amount there. It's a gamble because there's a certain amount of luck involved, meeting the right people,
Right.
somebody accepting, being receptive, somebody else's being receptive on a certain day that will, totally affect your entire life potentially. There's a certain serendipity involved in that. It's not as secure as some like government work where they can't fire you and you know that you're going to get that fucking PERS and you're going to retire and all that. But certainly I would not say that it is less. I am an artist myself. I am
Okay.
very artists, I feel that it's vital.
Okay, how about this, Jenny? You know that you'd never make 2 cents with me, but if you went with somebody who went with like a hedge fund, you make
I have
$100,000 a
never
month.
chosen a man for money. I have left men who have given me houses and cars and boats, walked out on all of it. So to come at it from a financial end, I have already proven to myself and others that that is not that's not going to do it.
Okay, the guy with you is only making 2 cents a freaking hour when you could be with somebody who's making $100,000.
I wouldn't care if they were making $1 million. If I don't want to be with them, I'm leaving. And I might just walk out and leave my clothes and my furniture and everything else. When it's time to go, it's time to go. Keep the shit.
Really?
Yeah.
You would settle with me who's making
I've done
2
it.
cents a minute.
I've done it.
2 cents an hour was somebody you could be with making.
I have
$100,000.
walked out on homes, boats, cars. I've walked out on shit you would not believe.
Does that make sense to you?
It absolutely does, because I am a self-will run riot. This is my life. It's my one shot, and it's going to be the way I decide. I have no one to blame.
Jennifer, does that make sense to you? Isn't money like the ultimate delimiter?
I like money, but it has not proven to be a deciding factor in my relationships.
Jen?
Bunto.
I think he's talking to me. I think I've done the same thing. I've dated lawyers. I've dated business owners who, make lots of money, have bought me nice things. And if you have nothing in common with them and the relationship isn't good, all the things in the world aren't going to make up for that. So I've gladly left.
Okay, Jen, you would be happy with me making 2 cents a year opposed to somebody making $100,000 a month.
Again, it has nothing to do with the money. It's the
nothing to do with the money, my love. Nothing to do with the money.
Well, you rely on materialism.
You're sitting here saying the only difference between you and him is that you make 2 cents and he makes 100,000. Then I'm going to go with 100,000.
Right.
Because money does make a difference. If you can have it all, why wouldn't you?
Right.
Exactly the same thing, and money is the only difference. All the same physical attributes and characteristics. The only difference is the more money. Well, just fuck yeah, I'm going with money.
Yeah, but the thing is, I would take.
There's the soulmate. Your soulmate.
Is that
like
true,
a
Jen?
childhood friend.
I don't believe in soulmates, but
I don't either.
if there's someone that connects with you more and has less money, then I'm picking that person.
Why don't you guys believe in soulmates? Why not?
Because I don't believe they have a soul.
Because there's no money in it. That's why.
I've never seen it. I've never experienced it. Forever. To me, forever is 5 years.
Jenny, I could love you to death, but if I don't make enough money, it ain't good enough.
You know, it would depend on what you. If you would had some characteristic that would buoy me in other ways to make me.
Money is God. Money is God.
You know what? If with the right, you know, I've had people behind me. I can make my own money. I don't need someone else. I mean, I have been self-sufficient for many years. You know, money's nice, but there's nothing worse than getting hooked up with somebody that you can't stand being around. There's a lot to be said for having personal freedom. I mean, I think especially as we get older, we older women tend to be more comfortable with ourselves.
No, you're wiser. That's what the deal is.
Huh?
You're wiser. That's the deal.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's and less needy.
All I can say is that I just money trumps everything. That's what I've learned. Money trumps everything.
In some cases, I would say, yeah. It's certainly in society and governmentally, and you know, it has a tremendous influence. But money can't buy you love, and I know that's you know, trite, but it is true. I know there are some women that are able to you know, sublimate their feelings because it's the money that drives them, but you know that characteristic has to be in place. That's not something that I would ever be able to develop. I don't think. Even if I put a lot of effort into it, it would not. It would just not be a good fit. I couldn't manufacture it.
All I would tell is like all the young people, if they wanted to know, money trumps everything.
Bunto, if you want to help young people, is that what you can tell them? Is that your legacy?
That's the only thing I'd tell them. Money trumps everything.
Okay.
That's what they've taught me. Money trumps everything.
And this is why you're not going to be successful with pushing out your little message, because no one is going to fucking believe you.
You think so? Nobody will believe me.
You have 3 women here that have straight up. Well, if you've watched,
and you're not getting to you're not getting to any of us. You're not speaking to any of us. You're falling flat here. So what is the intent?
I'm falling flat with what women have taught me, that money trumps everything.
We just said it didn't. We just told you it didn't. Are you deaf?
You got 1 in the friggin' chat here, and I'm sitting here talking, and you got 2 that are sitting here telling you to your face through voice that we've dumped men who make money.
Not walked out on houses, boats, cars, all that.
It is not the Trump.
What part of that didn't you hear?
Okay, I'm stupid. I'm not.
Bunto, are you fucking drunk or high or something?
Yeah, I'm drunk or high. I'm not getting it in there.
Give him a drive-by.
Fucking ears. I'm
King run.
Don't listen.
I want a woman that convinced me that money is not that important. That's really what I want.
And I want a man who listens.
The most important thing.
Money isn't
You hear that loud
important.
and clear.
Money isn't important.
No,
Okay,
it's
now
important. It's not the most important thing.
It is not the Trump.
Okay, it's not the Trump.
Exactly.
Love is the Trump. Love, compassion,
I wouldn't even say love is the Trump.
empathy.
No, I was going to say.
Compatibility.
I'm with Jennifer.
I'm with Jenny.
Okay, all you say that, and then I know if a woman comes into my life who's a millionaire, and like you know, dough pops me, I'm like, oh yeah, money, it means a lot.
What?
You know, we're going to argue. You know, you got women here, and you're trying to get information from us apparently, but you're
Sure.
you're asking questions, and you're not listening to a fucking word we say.
Okay, my fault, my bad.
Stop trying to get us to agree with you like those goddamn circular fucking fucktards.
Yeah, what the
I
fuck
love
is
it.
this? We might as well
I
be arguing
love
with
it.
Bundies.
Okay, listen, I'm fucked up. I
Goddamn
gotta figure it out.
philosophers.
Come over here, let me slap you.
Bunto's a relationship fundy.
I'm a relationship
Yeah.
buddy. I've
God.
got to figure it out that
Fuck, you're gonna
love.
make me go for a fucking cigarette, god damn it.
I wanted a shot of heroin for
Friday night,
fuck's sake.
Canada. It's minus 30-degree weather and I'm gonna go jump in a snowbank.
Oh, God.
Okay, listen. Let's talk about this.
I'm gonna be suicidal in 5 minutes.
Let's talk about alpha men that have no money. Okay, alpha men that are
let's talk
broke.
about uploading.
Guess what? There is no such thing. They don't
As
exist.
alpha men that have no money. Okay, that makes sense.
You know, pretty much, yeah, alpha men tend to have money. There's just something that just kind of works that way.
Alpha
So do
men
alpha
gotta
women.
have money.
What about a hippie that lives in like a area that they just trade stuff back and forth and they don't have money?
What did I fucking
And
walk into here? Oh, shit.
they're out in the
Fiction
middle
fighter,
of the city,
you
and
introduced me
they're
to Bunto. I don't know
eating
what the fuck you were thinking.
Well, I mean, how is that fucked up? I mean, a hippie that has no money.
I'm a hippie.
I'm a fucking capitalist. You know,
Okay, listen. I gotta have
I'm just a
money.
fiction fighter.
you are. You're a fucking drive-by hit and run artist.
Okay,
Well, this
listen.
is where Hangout's crazy. I'm out of here, Bunto.
No, really.
No,
I
they-
mean,
Bunto, you
Say
shithead. You're fucking driving women off in droves. What the hell's wrong with you?
okay,
You,
listen.
you want a woman, you can't even get one to hang out with you.
Right, right. I mean, smash me, Jenny.
You got this goddamn a wealth of information here, and you won't listen to a fucking word of it. What are we gonna do with you?
All right, listen. I need to have a woman.
You don't know what you need.
What are you trying to figure out, Bunto? Have you
You
figured
have
yourself
got
out
no
yet?
fucking idea what you need.
You gotta
I wanna-
figure yourself out first, man. Really.
Okay, listen. I want a woman. Okay, how's that
I
basic?
want a woman.
I want a woman.
I
But
want a woman.
I gotta earn the woman, right? I always earn a
Shut
woman.
up for a minute. By the way, hi Jennifer. I don't think I've ever talked to you before.
Yeah, I've seen you. I've seen you around. I haven't actually talked to you though. Yeah. Hi.
Brojo.
Hey, bro, Jada.
Okay, listen. I need to earn a woman, right? I always have to earn a woman.
What do you need, Bunto?
I need to earn a
Do
woman.
you have a list of your needs?
You know what? When you need something like that, you gotta be what you need.
Okay, I gotta be what I need. I gotta earn a woman.
Earn a woman?
No, you
Yeah,
gotta
earn
be
a
what
woman.
you need.
Bunto, remember what I was telling you before about how to find the perfect mate?
Okay.
Is to what you do is you make a list of what you have to offer,
Make a checklist.
and then you make a list of what it is you want,
Right.
and then you find that person who wants what you have to offer and who can give you what you want.
Okay.
If you think you can find that specific person, then you're good to go. The chances of you actually doing that, as Jenny said, are like 1 in a million, 1 in a
Okay.
billion, if that.
In the long
What-
run, if you get somebody that you can handle their habits, you've done something. You know, if you can sit in a room with somebody all day long without them driving you fucking crazy, that's good. If you can, you know, if I'm a clean person, I cannot live with a man that's a slob. My last relationship lasted 4 years, not because I liked the guy, but because our habits jived. We had very similar habits, and our day-to-day living we didn't offend or oppose each other in
Are we
in
large?
our ways, in our habits. I mean, we nicely, you know, were able to, you know, he didn't make messes. We didn't, you know, we didn't offend each other's tender sensibilities.
Hey, is this live?
Yes, it is live.
So people are watching
Really?
this live.
Really?
Fuck, I
Bunto?
thought we were private here.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
This is well. I mean, what we're just exposing
He deleted
to
the
our
microwave.
audience.
Okay, goodbye.
Are you going?
Oh my God! Is the nature of relationships that there has to be some substance there for the woman. I believe.
Bunto, I'm gonna bow out now. I was thinking we were
Okay,
private
everybody
here.
leaves, but I believe there has to
Okay, I
be
was thinking this was private. This is kind. This is.
Oh.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. It's like, you know.
Well, okay, well, we'll
I'm
have
gonna go. I'm gonna go, honey. You need to like write something.
right. I'll write it out, but I do believe that the man wants to be with the woman and wants to demonstrate it for other people how it works.
Well, if you don't cut the mustard, you're not getting shit.
Right. If you don't cut the mustard. Very true, Jenny.
All right, sweetie. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Well, Brojo and Jen, we're just the only ones left.
What happened?
Well, we were talking
I must
about.
have missed some heavy stuff.
Well, yes, you did, Brojo. We were talking about what women desire from men. Is that fair, Jen? The way I
Yeah.
characterize it?
Well, yeah, but that answer is different for every woman. It's the answers vary as much as people do.
Brojo, in your experience, do not women desire money from men? Some sort of substance from men?
I would believe that would be under the category of security.
Security.
You want to feel a sense of security, yes.
Like if I had a man who
Stability.
owned his own house and didn't have to make payments on it, and owned his own car outright, didn't have to make payments on it, and made $1,000 a week, and we lived, comfortably, I would be perfectly fine with that. I don't need like 6 figures a year. It doesn't mean anything. Nice cars, whatever. It's all just material shit. The key to it is if that connection you have with the person. If you have that connection, and
Right.
you can provide all the needs that the person you're with wants provided, then that is like a miracle in and of itself, because no one person can provide the needs for another person. People just don't have that capability. But if you can find someone who provides most of them, and you can tolerate not getting everything you want or need, then like Jenny said, you've got something there,
I agree, Jen. Like, I know that personally I could put like tremendous pressure upon you as far as personal relationships, right? But I mean, it's like that's not like the nature, you know what I mean? It's not like a wisdom position of any person.
I have no idea what you meant by any of that.
Well, I mean, it's sort of like there is like, what would you say, like an understanding between people as far as where they want to go with relationships.
Yes, and that was the compatibility we were talking about.
I don't know. I mean, it's just sort of like, I know in my heart that I do believe that money has a lot to do with
No, it's not. It's not about money. It's about the security that supposedly comes with it. See, the funny thing is, if I were dating a guy who was a drug dealer and made a shitload of money, but it was not secure money, I would not be okay with that.
Really. I mean,
Like,
they're making millions of dollars a year. You wouldn't be secure with that?
well, no, because that money could be seized at any moment. It's that money is ill-gotten. It's not secure money. Police can seize your bank accounts, your car, your home, everything if you're a drug
Really?
dealer.
I mean, they have like millions of dollars. You wouldn't be like star fucked with the millions of dollars?
No, because that, like I said, if they get caught, it's gone in a heartbeat. All that money is gone. You're left with nothing. It's not the money itself. It's the money. It's what the money can provide. If it can provide the security, then the money is good. But if it's not really secure, then it's not, the money is no good. Like I said, drug money is no good because it can be seized the next, in a heartbeat by the police or the government.
Honey, didn't you teach me that, to build a secure future needs money?
Yes, but the thing is you're thinking like millions of dollars. It doesn't need, you don't need millions of dollars. You need enough money to live, comfortably. Like I said, if I was dating a guy who we owned our own house, like he owned his own house outright, didn't have any payments on it,
Right.
owned his own car, didn't own, have any payments on it, and made $1,000 a week, which is $4,000 a month, which is about $48,000 a year.
Right.
That's
Incredible.
that's just that's about an average two-person income. Like that's between the two of us, that's $25,000 a year. That's not much.
All I know is this, honey, is like money is like what I have to go towards
For what?
for making you happy.
Why are you trying to make me happy?
Because that is like the goal. That's like victory.
What do you think making me happy is going to do for you?
Well, I know if I make you happy, I've achieved something.
What have you achieved?
Well, making you happy.
Yes, but why do you think that it's your job to make me happy? Why do you think that I,
It's
you
like
know,
it's like something that they give me. It's something simple in front of me that I know is a goal, making you happy.
do you think that goal is attainable?
Well, yeah, if I work towards making money, then I can make you happy.
Because that's all it takes to make me happy, right?
Well, I don't know if that's all it takes, but I know that's something.
I have money.
Yeah. I mean, I know that you are like self-sustaining entity, but if I make money, then you know I have more credibility.
I think you're giving money way too much power. Like I said,
Okay.
it's not it's not the money in and of itself. It's what the money can provide. It's the security of it. That's what women are looking for.
All right.
A man who is a provider is most of the times a good trait that women look for.
Okay, good.
Because when women are laid up, with a person growing in their stomach for 9 months,
Right.
they can't exactly, make the money, and so having a provider there for them is a good thing.
Okay, I can understand that. I can understand that. I mean, I can understand that. Oh, it's so simple.
So if you're with someone and you plan on having children with them, then
Sure.
yeah, being a provider is probably something that they're going to look for. It's probably something that you should look for too. You should probably want a job to be able to provide for the child when it's born.
Well, what I've noticed is that I want to be taken seriously. So I have to make money and give you the money.
You don't have to give me money. I've never asked for money. I've never asked for things. I don't know why you think that sending me stuff like that is going to change my opinion on you.
Okay, that's a good point.
I mean, I'm already your friend, so what is it what is it you're trying to get from me? We're here,
Okay.
we're talking, I'm happy, we're good.
Right.
So what is it that why do you need to do more for what you already have?
Because that's what society wants, baby doll. I mean, they want more than just, you know, that.
Well, yeah, if I had everyone in the world send me $1, it's not a lot to them, but that's $7.8 billion for me. That would be nice, but it's not going to happen.
Right. But I mean, like, I have to, like, step into the 7 billion people.
Hmm.
I mean, I have to do something to make you feel that I'm valid.
Well, just like I said, expecting $1 from everyone, even though it's a small amount, it's not something I can expect people to do.
I
So,
know. I want you to know that I'm special.
well, I've had people send me thousands of dollars at a time. It doesn't make them special.
Yeah, but I mean, it's sort of like I know I can't compete with those people.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, it's sort of like I mean, I do like everything. I mean, I don't know. I give, give, give.
Here's the thing, that those people that have given me thousands of dollars, I don't talk to them in my personal life. I talk to them for work. It's a work thing. It's a business transaction. They don't get to talk to me in my personal life.
I don't. You know, the thing is, like, those people don't. If they only want to keep it professional, they're idiots.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You already have what they want. Them giving me money doesn't get them what you have. That's what I'm trying to fucking tell you, but you're not getting
Yeah,
it.
I know. I understand it.
So what are you bitching about?
I'm not bitching. I'm just observating. I just
You're
notice it.
masquerading?
No, I mean it's sort of like I don't know. It's sort of like I want to be more special.
So what has money done for those people that made them more special?
That's a good point.
So maybe you need to rethink your approach with the whole money. Is money trumps everything? Maybe that's your issue.
Well, the thing is like Jen, just so you know, is like if I had this tremendous amount of money, would it change something? And I feel in my heart that it would.
Mm-mm. Like, what is it you're trying to change? What is it, like I said, what is it you want? What is it that you want to change?
No, I mean honestly, I mean it's like your own prerogative. I fear that you do not know the fear I have of stepping on your prerogative, Jennifer. You do not know that fear.
So okay, so you can't even tell me what it is you want,
I
You're my
know I
prerogative.
do not want to step on your prerogative.
but yet you're, but
Definitely
yet,
the fear.
but yet you're sitting here telling me you want to do something physically to change it.
I don't want to do anything physically to change it. It's like I'm so fucking fearful of changing your prerogative. You have instilled in me the fear of doing that. Believe me,
Why,
Jim.
why do you think that, like, okay, I guess I don't understand how you think you have the power to change my prerogative.
No, it's like all I want to do is like watch it. I don't want to even touch it.
Well, it's going to change whether, you like it or not. But it's not through anything that,
It's sort of like this, Jen, so that you know, it's sort of like of all the people I've known in my life, I just want to watch what you do with your choices. That's what I want to do.
So I'm like your little lab monkey.
Not like a lab monkey, but just like I just want to, I do not want to intrude upon your choice.
I doubt you would even be able to.
Right, fine. I'll take that in the New York second.
Like, because when it comes down to it, the choices I make are mine. I don't let.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to let other people influence them unless it directly pertains to them. So.
Just so you know that you've had that power in your life to put fear in somebody to step on your prerogative.
Why?
Because it's like, I mean, getting cast out of your circles, being cut off.
Oh,
I mean,
please, not that.
all that is there.
I told you why I did that.
I know, but I mean, that's there. Fear.
I guess I don't understand what it is you're so afraid of losing. Like, you want, you act as though there's nothing there and you want more. So what is it that you're afraid of losing?
What am I afraid of losing? Contact.
So you do have something.
Yeah. All I know is this, is that I have learned how to navigate with this scenario, to navigate with the love. And I'm willing to learn and to abide by it.
Okay.
And I respect it. I mean, it makes sense to me. Totally. A marriage is an important thing. In my heart, I realize that.
Depends on how you look at it.
No, I mean, seriously, Jen, I've realized the importance of it. I mean, I
Well,
realize the validity of it totally.
it's not the marriage, it's the relationship itself that's important.
I realize that too. I mean, you could characterize it any which way you want, but I realize the importance. And I respect it. And I love the prerogative. Totally.
So I've always wanted to ask this, but what is the excuse me, the picture on your avatar, whatever, the screen right now for your, like, what is that, like, cartoon character?
That is Googam. It's like a Jack Kirby cartoon that they used in the 60s. It was like, they used to make cartoons of like monsters. And I picked one that, it was just like serendipitous. I like it. A
Okay.
monster.
All right. Interesting. But yeah.
Okay, listen. Why do guys like you, Jennifer?
I honestly have no idea.
You have no idea. Have you ever thought about why guys like you?
I'm one of those people that tries not to. I mean, I can throw myself into a frenzy if I think too long and hard on something. And trying to guess other people's feelings, thoughts, and emotions, that's something, one, you're never going to figure it out, and two, it's not even worth trying, because even if you did figure it out, it doesn't do any good. So,
Really?
no.
I can tell you why guys like you.
Okay.
Guys like you because you're freaking so honest and smart.
What about the guys who don't even pay attention to that?
They're idiots.
Well, I mean, they can still like me, so it can't be the honesty and
Yeah,
smart.
but they only like you for sex, darling. I mean, the people that really listen to you and know you, they like you for your brains and for your uniqueness.
Hmm, I guess, but I think
You
that there are,
guess.
well, that's the thing though, is I think there are multiple reasons why people can like some other people. Like there are people that like me because of my looks. There are people that like me because of my brain or whatever. I mean, it's not just one set thing.
Just not one set thing. Okay, atheism defended. Where
Hmm.
has he gone?
He's making music right now on YouTube.
I mean, has he tried to come back, see what you're all about?
He hasn't talked to me
Right.
specifically. He sent me a message about the issues he was having with YouTube, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I didn't respond to him because it's not my place to ask questions or, he does his thing, so it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Darling, because it's like phony people like that don't realize what you're about.
Does he have to know what I'm about?
Well, I mean, that's a good question.
I mean, there's no set rule in the world that everyone has to know what I'm about before they can pass judgment on me. That's up to them.
Okay.
And I don't necessarily think he's passed judgment on me. I just don't think he even. I don't think he honestly cares what I'm up to or
Right,
where I'm
he's an
going.
idiot. Okay, darling.
Well, you can say that, but I mean, there are plenty of people that you don't know that you might possibly should know that you don't know. Does that make you
I
an
should
idiot?
probably know that I should know. Jennifer, why do you think I'm interested in you?
I don't know.
You don't know. Thank you, darling. Maybe because something to do with your substance, with your mind, with your position, with your substance. Have you ever thought about that?
Like I said, I don't question why or
You
thoughts
never
like
thought
that.
about why Bunto likes Jennifer.
No, like I said, trying to figure out the causes, reasons people do things, or it's you drive yourself mad trying to do that shit.
Really? You would drive yourself mad thinking of why I like you.
Yeah, like who am I to try to guess what's going on in your mind?
It's never just, by chance crossed your mind why I like you.
No, but I'm guessing there's a reason that you have, because otherwise you wouldn't like me.
Right.
I don't need to know that reason. I don't need to try to postulate on guessing it.
Okay, Jen. I love it. Um, okay, Jen. Okay, Jen.
Why does it always
Why?
get? Why are we the last two in here? What the fuck?
Because everybody left. But I just like, it's just so. I mean, it's just so pure. I mean, why do you think I like you, Jen?
Well, you said substance, brains, whatever.
Substance, brains.
So that's what I have to go with.
Oh, that's what you have to go with. Sorry, darling. I wish I could offer more money.
No, I'm saying I have to take you at your word for why you say you like me. So that's what I'll go with.
Okay, Jen. Jen, don't you want somebody to like you for who you are?
Yes, but who am I?
You are like this fantastic person, Jen. I mean, you're like, I don't mean, I mean, if you really wanted to know what I thought of you, I mean, it's just like, you're so awesome, Jen. I mean, you know that. I could just go on forever. I mean, doesn't that mean anything?
I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't. I mean, that could change in a heartbeat. You don't know.
It could change in a heartbeat. I've tried to change it several times in a heartbeat. Like in the past couple of months. Unsuccessful, my darling. Unsuccessful. I tried to kick the Jen addiction. Unsuccessfully.
Well, I can't change it for you because I'm just me.
You've done some things that have almost kicked the Jen addiction, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Hello.
Astus.
Hey, Bunto.
How you doing? Talk to Jen for a little bit. I'm gonna go to the restroom. Be right back.
Well, okay. Who are you?
I'm Jennifer.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, were you listening to what he was talking about?
No, I just got in here.
Okay, so he's trying to schmooze me. So,
Oh. Over the internet? Okay, I'll
yeah.
leave it.
No. It's
He
okay.
made the. Oh, this is live, public.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why a lot of people left, is because it was live and they wanted it to be a little more private. So,
Okay.
me, I don't give a shit. I'll talk about whatever. Don't
Oh,
bother
okay.
me.
You're like, as long as he stops schmoozing me, right?
Well, no, I mean, I'm used to it with him. He always tries to butter my bread.
Yeah, I'm sure he's that type very much. He seems like it.
Yeah, I've seen him talk about this, talk this way with other people too. So I know I'm not the only one that goes through this. Hello, Crimson.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
Oh, pretty good.
Good. Bunto's using the restroom. I hope he washes his hands before he comes back.
Right.
So what's usually the topic?
Okay, I'm back.
Well, the topic earlier was Bunto was trying to talk to Jenny Blank about how money trumps everything. That's the only thing women look for, is because if a guy's got money, then that woman will be with him. So,
Okay, well, let me have a little thought experiment with you. Say there's two exactly equally guys, but one's twice as rich as the other. Who are you gonna go for?
Good.
yeah, we already did that one. If they're exactly the same, of course, the person with the most means to buy the frivolous, stupid shit is going to be the one you go with. But no two people are the same, so there are always variables that, I mean, that's a hypothetical that would never happen.
Right, but to ignore that it is not part of the equation, I think
Of course, but Bunto's point was that money trumps everything. Money's the number one thing that women look for.
I mean, I think that it's a large factor. I don't know if it's the biggest thing. It depends, obviously, it's individual, but I think that yeah, it's you know, that is, I think, a very big factor in that.
Jen, if I had millions of dollars, wouldn't all be well?
For you, yeah. I mean,
For us, wouldn't it be well?
no, because just because you have millions of dollars doesn't mean I'm going to be with you. That's what I'm trying to
Holy
say.
shit, darling. If I have $1 million, you're not going to be with me?
No, not just because you have $1 million. No. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's put up another thought experiment. Let's say Guy A has a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house that he paid for and is already paid for. He has 2 cars in his 2-car garage,
Okay.
and he lost his job and is now working at a random job where he makes, $600 a week or a menial amount of money, less than the average income for an American household.
Sure.
And guy B he makes $100,000 a year,
Right.
but has a mortgage payment that he's paying $800 a month on, 2-car note
Well,
where he's
I mean,
paying.
get to the point. The guy who has more money, you're gonna fall
I'm
in love with.
Well, a guy can make more money but still have more debt. The key point of it is the security behind it.
But it's
Like,
still all about money. I mean, you never
Yeah, it's
once went into
money.
whether or not he was a drug addict or whether he was intelligent or.
but that's what I'm saying. The person who, if you want to break it down to money, the person who provides the security, who can manage their money and provide more with less, is going to trump the person who can make more but spends it frivolously on stupid stuff that you don't really need to survive.
Okay, but now say that same guy that has all that debt is making 10 times more now than in that arena one. That doesn't matter all that much if he has a lot of debt, right?
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. It's like if the only factor is what they can provide, what's the cutoff point where you have what you need and the rest is just frivolous shit?
No,
Like,
I completely agree. I mean, there's no solace in things really. It's about experiences and the people you're around. For sure.
exactly.
Darling, if I had the lottery, I mean, wouldn't you think me better? I mean, it's that simple.
No, it's not.
Huh.
Hey, Bunto, don't worry. You can go pick up another nice looking lady.
No, I only want one woman. I mean, it's like I know
Oh,
in my
oh,
heart
okay.
if I had the
No,
money.
wait. Let's stay on this line. You know why what I find really interesting is like even people who are extremely successful, I mean in like the hundreds of billions to like billionaires, still against their better rationality decide to marry, because I mean these men could essentially buy harems of women if they
Right.
wanted to, but they decide to get into this contract that essentially makes the woman privy to half of his assets. And
Right.
why do men have such a self mutilating drive to do that? Why do men chain themselves to one woman like that, and to put themselves in such a precarious position that they can take away half their livelihood? It's so interesting to see that happen again and again with people of money. And I'm just saying
Crimson
that they have great. I mean,
offer.
some people want that. They have great relationships. I mean, I totally get that. I'm not banging on that either.
No, I mean it's truth. I mean you're saying the truth. Crimson, can you offer?
Offer what?
I mean, what's your insight about what just Ace has said? I mean, as far as like, I mean, why does a rich man want to pick up a wife if why does he want to have any sort of liability like that?
From my understanding and from what I've seen, never have I had a chance to experience that, but from what I've seen, a guy with multiple cars, gorgeous house, well decorated, eventually he's going to get lonely and miserable. So yeah, naturally he's going to want to seek the easiest, fastest way to a woman. Doesn't matter.
What?
Yeah, you've never seen that before?
No.
Where guys-
I completely agreed with you up to your last sentence, which saying that marriage is the easiest way to alleviate that problem.
No, I didn't say marriage. I mean, if you heard that, I'm sorry, but that's probably because my
Oh,
mic
sorry.
is too shitty.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
I was assuming too much.
No, you're fine. Yeah, men who, from what I've seen, generally who are single, and even some who are married, which that's kind of how things happen nowadays, they get lonely and they want to seek something better to please them.
All
It's
right.
not, yeah, so.
Okay, the man sees a woman that actually aligns with his mind. You know what I mean? That's what Jennifer. I see somebody who aligns with my mind, so I want to hook with her.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that it's to do more with male mother need and men's striving to find a woman that will value him without regards for his utility, like as his mother did. And no woman will offer that. And so it's really a futile search.
Feudal search. Sure.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying, though, right? Where men want women to love them regardless of their utility, to see
Well,
that
I
they're
don't even
bad
want
days.
love. I mean, it's sort of like
Well,
understanding.
sure, no, but you know what I'm getting at. For them to be there at your worst moments, and for them to care about you, regardless of what you have to offer to them, yeah, like your mother did.
Okay, interesting. I'm searching for my mother. That's what you're saying.
I don't want to get like too Freudian at all. I mean, but that no. It's male mother need. It's kind of that want to reconnect with that feeling of being valued, irregardless.
Okay,
Um,
Crimson, I'm searching for a mother. Is that what I'm looking for?
No, you're searching for unconditional love, and that's
yeah,
not gonna
exactly.
happen.
Really? I'm searching for unconditional love?
Yes. Someone who loves
No.
someone who
No,
loves you.
no,
Yes.
no. I'm searching for a brain that understands what I'm thinking.
You're searching for someone who will love you unconditionally. Because, okay, so here's the thing. Let's say you and I did hook up and we get married, and I married you for your brain and your thoughts, but then you go into a coma. Does that mean I get to leave you now because you can't think or don't have a brain?
Interesting. Um,
No,
that's a good
you
point.
would want someone who stays there even through your most trying times where you can't offer the utility. That's what he's saying. He's saying that you're looking
Okay,
for someone who's going to be there for you.
I know what turns me on. The brain. Okay? I mean, that's what turns me on, is the thinking.
Hmm.
I mean, why do I have to, negotiate around that? It's the thinking. That makes
No,
sense.
I completely agree. That's I'm not saying that was the only drive, obviously.
But here's the thing, is you come across someone whose brain you connect with.
Right?
What are they looking for?
That's a good question.
Exactly. You haven't thought about that. You're only thinking about what you're looking for. You're not thinking about what they want and what you have to offer.
Truly.
Except the only thing you can come up with is money,
Right.
and you're gonna come short when it comes to that. Because a girl who's after your money probably doesn't have a brain.
Oh, God. I don't know.
Yep.
You see it all the time with these old millionaires who marry these little 25-year-old blonde bimbo, stupid-looking
Right.
girls.
Right.
Crazy, like they're crazy hot, but you know that they don't love the person because no one has anything in common with someone who's 50 years their elder.
Right. Totally true,
The whole
Jen.
Anna Nicole Smith bullshit, they can sit there and tell, the world that they love them all they want, but you know why she was there. It's so plain and so obvious.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with it, to be honest. I mean,
I
it's
don't, I don't
completely
either.
mutual.
Yeah, but I
Well,
agree.
then, why are you shaming them?
I'm not shaming them. I'm just saying it's blatantly obvious, and to think otherwise is stupid. I'm not, like I said,
See, but no, I think it's more complex than that. I mean, sure, initially it may start as that, but to say that they have no conception of each other in terms of their emotions towards each other, I don't think that's just creating a caricature of these people. They are actual people like you and me, and they have needs like everyone else. So. I don't. Originally, sure, I'm sure it's much more of the pay for play kind of thing or whatever you want to call it. But uh,
How about this, Jen? Jen, you do not like the demands that I put upon you.
the demands that you put upon me.
Mental demands, as far as like interaction.
As far as I don't quite understand what you mean.
Like, like my mind is seeking somebody like me, my own mind, and so like I put a demand upon any other mind that to be up to my level.
Yeah,
That I want to seek some sort of.
Well, I think trying to demand, trying to demand that people come up to your level is a lot different than searching for someone who is up to your level. Like, you shouldn't be demanding that people get to your level. I think you should just be seeking people who are at your level.
Right. I mean, isn't that natural?
I don't think many people are on Bunto's level. He's kind of off on his own.
Sure, but I mean, isn't that natural?
No.
Why isn't that natural?
I'm not natural.
No, I completely empathize with Bunto. I have similar difficulties with finding people that are, I don't want to say on my level, but just people that I really connect with or click, whatever you want to, put
What's
that.
that rap song? Get on my level. Get on my level.
Because there's so many different things that people are interested in, and
I have
to
an
think.
insatiable desire for people on my level.
I used to be on your level.
It's like I want to see people who can understand me on my level.
I feel like I upgraded from that level.
You downloaded more RAM?
But I mean,
teach me martial arts right now.
Here, go to downloadmoreram.com.
But I'm sure I'm not the only person that does that. I mean, are other people do that?
You just gotta get a big spiked instrument and shove it into the back of your brain and plug it into the matrix.
I think the whole concept of trying to find someone that is on your level is exactly what Jenny was talking about earlier with the whole compatibility thing.
Right.
Like, that's what most people are looking for. And yeah, they're when people are young, they're kind of just out there having fun, and they're going through the motions. They don't really know what it is that they want, and eventually, sometimes they get to the point where they want to settle down, and they try to find someone they're compatible with, and that they can not strangle to death when they live with them. And that's just kind of how it goes.
I mean, you've thought this all out, but I just think of it like on the gut level, like 5 centimeters off the ground. Just somebody who understands me.
Well, that's the thing, though, is they may understand you, but do you understand them?
Alright, so Bunto, how about this? What are you interested in?
Well, I mean, just intellect, people that
Girl
understand.
of your dreams.
Well, I mean, girl of my dreams, of course.
No, like what do you like doing?
Well, I mean, I like intellectual. I like people that can help me grow. How about that?
Does she have daddy issues?
So I'm pretty sure there's probably like a book club or a philosophy club, right? I mean, or you could go like hit up a rock climbing gym or something like that. I mean, there's women everywhere.
Right. I can go to like a Nade hangout and see Nade extrapolate, but then of course feel like it's like not exactly fulfilling, satisfying.
Ew, you're the masturbate guy on the comments. No, I'm just...
So I approach people that I feel have substance.
No, I completely understand that. I mean, otherwise it's just actually it's amazing how good the human instinct is at picking up very quickly whether or not you are interested in someone on that level.
Okay, look, it's the woman's duty to fulfill my sustenance, to fulfill my substance. Right?
I don't know if it's duty, but okay.
Does that make sense?
to fulfill your what?
Okay, I love it. Crimson, are you there?
I'm here.
Does it not make sense that it's a woman's duty to fulfill my substance?
You're half right.
Like, I'm going to rely on you to help me fulfill myself.
Well, personally, my opinion is if you want that to happen, you're going to have to give a little to get a little.
All right, I'm going to have to, like, pay.
Well,
for
no.
that.
No, I mean, not pay, but, like, it does make sense because you are like, well, everybody just wants someone on their level because no, it's not fun having someone who's a billion times smarter than what you are, and then they sit there and, I don't know, rub it in their, whatever. I don't
Or
know.
like, if they're feminist, I mean, you know. Sorry, I just don't. I make sure people know where I'm at.
No,
Okay.
it made me think of an instance that I had a while back, and no, it wasn't fun for me.
Well, that's kind of what I was telling you before, Bunto. You need to, you know what it is you want, but what Crimson was saying is that you have to understand what your partner wants too, and be able to provide that for them. Like,
Right.
there's a need that they have that you must fulfill too. So, and if you both, you come across each other and you both do that for each other, then that's great. But there are very few times when you come across someone who can fulfill all those little gaps that you're hoping to fulfill with some other person.
Okay, like, I save a bunch of wisdom, right, Jen? And, like, write it down, and then I give it to you. That's good enough, right?
Um, Good enough. Yeah, well, sure.
I
Like,
mean, I'm like, not get called out.
do the bare minimum so you squeak by.
No, I mean, it's sort of like, it's like you say, like, I am contributing.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing though. It's like, all right, if you were in a relationship with me, okay,
Right?
there's a lot of things that I know couldn't provide for me.
Really? Holy shit, darling. Come on, give me a break.
I'm just being honest with you. Okay, so you come along and you can sit here and say, that I would fulfill every one of your needs and blah 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 blah. And therefore, you want to be with me. But if I don't see the same in you, then it's not. It takes two to tango. It's not going to work. You either have to step up your game, be able to provide what it is the other person wants or needs.
I gotta be a millionaire.
Go back to the fucking money again.
Yes, it's money, darling. It's money.
No, whatever. You can keep coming back to that, but it's not that.
It's money.
Okay, Bunto, it's money.
Just throw out a leather jacket with some spikes on it. Chicks will you'll be bathing in it.
I just know that money is like it.
So why are we even discussing this?
I mean, I know.
Go, Bunto. Go earn a shitload of money, and you will find the perfect woman for you.
I've got to make money.
Because every millionaire is married and has a happy love life, and because that's all it takes.
If they ask me, I will say it is money. That's what I mean, darling.
Now you can sit there and say it, but it doesn't make it true. I'll tell you straight up, I love money. I
know.
I like what it can do. I like that it provides me with a place to live and food in my stomach, and then
Booby, it's not bad
more,
you love money. Booby, it's not bad that you love money. I mean, it's just
no, it's not bad that anyone loves money. But but for you to sit here and say that it's the only thing that's keeping you and me apart or whatever, that's bullshit, because it's so not true.
Maybe.
You're getting it from the source, and yet you're sitting here saying maybe. Okay.
Okay, Crystal, are you there?
Sure, I'll answer that.
Tell
Crystal.
me, like, what do you think of money, Crystal? I mean, if you
Crimson.
had it,
It's Crimson Month.
Crimson, if you had money, what would you think?
Money does make things easier. I've lived both poor and rich. Money does make things easier, but no, it's not everything.
It's not everything, darling. Really.
No,
But
it's not.
Bunto, you've been told this by like 6 women now in
I
this format
know,
alone.
really, darling. But I
And
mean,
you're still hung up on this whole idea that that's the trump that
my fault. My
overwhelms
bad.
everything.
My bad.
No matter how much you say it, it doesn't make it true.
Okay, Crimson. So money is like absolutely like Jen says. It's not. Doesn't matter.
And no,
No.
I didn't say it didn't matter. I'm just saying it's not the trump. It is not the end all be all to a relationship.
No.
There are poor people out there with partners who are quite happy with their lives.
Is that
Come on,
true,
it's
Crimson?
like it's not like either of these ladies. If Brad Pitt came up in his Ferrari, they would hop right in. I mean, are they smart?
Yeah, is
Come
that true,
on.
darling? Is that true, Crimson? You wouldn't hop in?
I find Brad Pitt to be a complete jerk, but
Really?
For the car, I would. For him, not so much. So.
There you go. There you go.
But that's a car. I mean, come on. It's a nice car.
Okay, so money is not that important. Muscles are, right? Like I'm all ripped.
Puke.
It'll help you. It'll definitely help.
Jen, I'm all ripped now. I got ripped because of you.
I told you I'm not a I don't like muscles on a guy.
I got ripped because of you, Jen.
I like an average guy. In fact, I like my guys more nerdy than
Nerdy. Well,
most, yeah. I like a nerdy guy.
okay. Well, Crimson, you like nerdy guys?
I like him nerdy. I like him tall. I like him. I like a man who I don't have to mother. Let's just put it that way.
Do you like rip guys? Guys that like
No.
went to the gym to get muscular for
Oh
you?
God, no. I mean, no. After I went to Las Vegas and saw those Chippendale dancers, no.
No.
I like them toned and average, but depending on it really depends on how they're built. Because some guys do look okay ripped, some guys just don't. That's just me though. So, it's not gonna matter with me anyway. I'm 5'2". Everyone's taller than me.
Okay. Have you ever had a serious internet relationship, Crimson?
It was a while ago.
Oh, really? What was it like?
Boring, honestly.
Boring.
To me, it was boring. To me, it was boring only because I thought he was gonna provide a decent, intelligent conversation, and all he could do was sit there and talk about his games.
All right. Interesting. Games.
So,
Like, did you ever detect fixation from the guy? Like he had to think about you like every hour of the day.
I'm sure he did.
Oh, really?
I'm sure he did. I never asked him because I wasn't curious at that time, but I'm sure he did. It wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, didn't it ever strike you, Crimson, of a guy who's thinking about you every hour of the day?
Okay.
Really?
That's just, I don't know what to say to that. I mean, I'm all for it because it just means.
That's amazing that a woman cannot, like, wrap her mind around some guy thinking about her every hour of the day.
Okay, Crimson, so tell me this. If you were in a relationship and some guy on the internet came up to you and said that he thought about you every hour of every day, would it have as much meaning as the person that you were in a relationship with thinking about you in every hour of every day?
Yeah, proximity.
it would mean a lot more to me if it was the person in the relationship with me versus someone just some random stranger. Because I mean, yeah, it's a nice compliment to know that other people are thinking about you in any way. To me, to me, it means a lot more from my partner or my spouse or whatever you want to call it. So, because it means they're still interested, they're not going anywhere, and it makes you feel loved. So,
I'm with you there.
yep, yep.
So, Crimson, do you feel that you owe the person anything if they think about you every hour of every day? Random, the stranger on the internet, no, not stranger on the internet, person on the internet that thinks about you every hour of every day. Do you owe them anything?
Unless I'm with them or seeing them or having sex with them, or if I'm married to them, then not really.
Okay.
I mean, they're their own person and they can have their own mind, and if they honestly want to not fascinate, but mind obsessed, as I call it, about me, then alrighty, that's fine by me. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get it back from me, but...
God, I wish... Bunto, did you hear that? Tell me you heard that.
Back.
Oh, fuck.
Hmm.
Oh, well, never mind.
What'd she say?
Who cares?
Maybe you'll hear it on the replay.
We do.
Women.
Oh, shit.
That's all good.
Anyway, yes, women have the upper hand.
Not always.
Okay, Crimson, are you going out with somebody right now? Or are you
No.
just alone? You're alone?
I'm single, yeah.
Okay, you want to be with somebody, right?
It'd be nice. It'd be
You're
nice
hetero
to
or you're homo? You're hetero?
No, I'm bisexual.
Okay, you're bisexual, so you can go either way, 50-50.
Yeah, if I wanted to.
Okay, interesting. What attracts you about women?
If I were to choose a woman, she'd need to be either the same height as me or taller, about the same body type.
Physical attributes, traits.
Yeah, and then we fall into personality. You know, someone I can obviously get along with. Either way, male or female, I'm looking for someone who I can have a good time with.
Okay, what do you like about males? That they're alpha?
No.
Yeah, me too.
Funny story.
So are you 50-50, like you really like females that much, or are you just like, kind of interested females?
I've had 2 girlfriends, and they were both in high school. And one of them is somewhere not pleasant. I'll explain that if you must know here in a minute. But I don't know why I am. I haven't sat down and thought about it. I'm a lot pickier on females than I am males.
Interesting.
I don't know why. Like, I've sat down and thought about it, and it almost made my head hurt. But
Okay.
That sounds very familiar.
The females are mysterious, hard to figure out, right?
They can be.
More so than men?
Yes, more so than men. I will say that from my understanding of the female and male mind. But there are some males who are more complicated than women, I found. So it can go either way.
Yeah, I think it has to do with more of how much the person themselves like to play games than actually being a gender-specific thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so no gender binary, correct, Jen?
Well, no, I'm just saying when it comes to that attribute, it's not a gender-specified thing. I think it's just more of how much that person, male or female, likes to play games that makes them complicated. you can't figure them out because they're always changing the rules to their game.
Okay, changing the rules to their game. Crimson, do you like the gender binary? I mean, male, female, or do you like to put it in a gray area?
Technically, my mind knows male and female,
Right.
but on a good day, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm happy, everyone else can kiss my ass.
Seriously, I mean, it doesn't matter what's between their legs?
No,
Seriously.
seriously.
Okay. Why am I that way, Jen? That it makes sense.
Because that's your personal preference.
hmm
There's some people that like Crimson and I that we don't care. It doesn't matter. Some people have to have a certain thing between the legs that they enjoy. So
True, is that true, Crimson?
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
big time, big time. And that's how I've not really noticed, but through the internet, I've noticed that more and more people are changing over to I don't care what's in between your legs, just do me. That is kind of bad when you put the words "do me" afterwards, because love is love. It doesn't really matter as long as you're happy. But the world is changing.
So that's what's holding me back, right, Jen? Gender binary.
holding you back from what?
Like, realizing, how could I say, like, understanding myself.
Well, no, because I mean your preferences are your preferences. They're not anyone else's. You shouldn't conform to someone else's preferences because if you're going against your preferences, then you're going to get something you don't prefer.
hmm
I think
So
there's this raging woman inside me. Okay?
Okay.
I mean, explain that to me. I mean, is that like I should just say, hey, hook on board to the gender binary? It's just, it doesn't matter what's between your legs. See what I mean, Jen?
not really. You said that there's raging woman in you.
There is this raging woman in me.
What does that have to do with who you sleep with, though? I mean,
But I mean, it's how I understand who I'm sleeping with.
well, yeah, okay. So if you say you're a woman and therefore you sleep with men, that's conforming to the gender binary still.
I mean, I
Like,
don't
or
want to.
at least
I
to
mean,
the heterosexuality of things.
you guys have abandoned the gender binary. I want to do it too. See what I mean?
You want to do it too? It's not.
Yes, I
You
want
don't.
to completely dump the gender binary.
You don't get to pick who you're attracted to, though. That's the thing. Is you either are or you're not.
hmm
Okay.
Like,
I am
what-
very jealous of women. So how do I get rid of that?
jealous of them for what reason?
For the fuck that they're women that they can get with men. They're so lucky that way.
Men can get with men too. It's called being gay. Your
hmm
gender has nothing to do with your sexuality. I am living, walking, breathing proof of that in one person right here.
Okay. So I just tell myself that it's all gray.
It's not telling yourself that. It's accepting the fact that it is reality. There are anomalies to gender, there are anomalies to sexuality, and none of them correlate with each other.
Okay, do you ever feel like there's a man inside you? Even though you were born, male?
Only when I'm sleeping with one.
Right.
Right.
But I mean, like, I feel that. Like, there's a woman inside me.
Okay.
So, I mean, like, I just tell her that, let's go along with the gender, non-binary. Let's go gray. See what I mean? I mean, I'm like trying to tell her, like, don't worry about it.
Tell who, don't worry about it.
The woman inside me that's like so hot for men.
Well, then date a guy.
Right.
Why do you have to tell her not to worry about it?
I mean, it's sort of like,
If you're looking at it as the woman inside you wants to sleep with a guy, then sleep with a fucking guy.
right.
If the man inside you says you want to sleep with a guy, then sleep with a guy. If a man says you want to, it has nothing to do with the woman or the man inside of you. If you feel like sleeping with a guy, sleep with a guy. If you feel like sleeping with a girl, sleep with a girl. If you don't give a fuck, then don't give a fuck.
Okay, I don't want to give a fuck. So I just tell her that?
Yeah, don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
All right. And that works, correct?
Yeah. Because you're supposed to do what you think is natural despite what everyone else says because it's you.
Okay.
You're not answering to, your mom or dad anymore. You're answering to you alone. So whenever you go to bed at night, you're the one who's lying down with your thoughts and who you've slept with and who you want to do and who you love and all that shit. It's you got to answer to. So as long as you're happy, who cares?
Makes sense, correct, Jen?
I would have to agree with her, yes. And, well, at least in this situation, I mean, because the whole as long as you're happy, who cares can be kind of taken out of context
Yeah.
with other situations. But yes, in this situation, as long as you're not hurting anyone else or forcing yourself to be with someone who doesn't want you to be with them, then...
Okay, Jen, I'm with you, right? I'm like, your husband or whatever. You're going to help me fix this problem, right?
What is there to fix?
I mean, this thing about the woman. The thing about coupling with men. You're going to help me with that, right?
No, just sleep with men.
Oh, I got to sleep with men now. All right.
What's that? What does that... I don't get it.
What I mean is, like, aren't you going to help me, like, get over that?
Why would I force you to do something you don't want to do? Like, if you want to
It's
sleep
not
with
like I
guys...
force you like I want to do, but I want to get over it.
Well, then get over it. If you feel you must get over it, then get over it. I don't necessarily look at it as a problem, though.
I mean, isn't that what the woman is for, to help me get over those problems?
No, that's your job.
That's my job. Okay.
If you sit there and look at it as a problem, then that's your job to fix it. You can't let other people try to fix you.
Okay. Anyone?
My sides.
Does that make sense, man? That I'm just gonna fucking...
Like, Bunto, it's so hard to tell, like, if you're being serious or not.
Why is that? Why does my serious matterness? I mean, I'm just offering the observation.
No, it's great. It's great. Keep it up.
I mean, it's just what it is.
No, it's cool. I've actually, it's been an interesting conversation so far.
What's gonna happen is this: I'm gonna have to hook up with a real top, a real masculine top, to get it out of me. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Because you believe this part inside of you only wants sex. That's what it's after.
That's a good point you bring up, Jen. But I mean, it's sort of like I want to help a top discover who he is. Do you understand that?
No, I don't.
It's sort of like, growth. It's sort of like exploration.
I'm sure there's some growth.
I mean, it's like, seeing where they're from, what vantage point they're from.
Wow.
Have you ever wanted to be a real alpha top, Jen?
No, I'm a 50-50.
But I mean, a real alpha top. I mean, crave that.
And I said, no, I'm a 50-50.
How about you, Crimson? You ever want to be a real alpha top?
Been there, done that. It's fun.
A real alpha top. You're a real alpha top and just nailed a guy, right?
Yes, I have done that, and he enjoyed it, and we were fine afterwards. So
I
Now,
mean, did you like it?
Crimson, can I ask a question?
yeah, sure.
Was it a one-time thing, or was it like an occasional thing, or did he want you to do it all the time?
It was more of them wanted me to do it all the time, but there was a one guy instance where he wanted to play dominant, and he didn't exactly. He didn't understand the concept of. He was just weird about it. Like, it was one of those things where since I was younger and I let him be dominant because he was older, and he would add it like I was a child, and that's a bad instance of dom. But normally, whenever I'm the dom, then that's just it. I do it to make them happy. I do it to make me happy because being a dom makes me happy.
Hmm.
All I tell is, dude, you are the Dom. Be the Dom.
Huh?
That's what I tell Crimson. You're the Dom.
So,
Yeah.
okay, maybe I guess I came into this conversation halfway through. So this is about finding your sexuality, I guess, Bunto?
Well, I mean, it's not so much sexuality, but it's like, who's going to be the dominant?
Right.
I mean, my sexuality is pretty, cut now. It's homo. I mean, I love penis. And, as far as, like, the alpha is what I'm in search of.
So find an alpha homosexual.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Craigslist.
okay, darling, you're not a homo.
Just the worst advice.
And what's that?
You're not a homo.
Craigslist.
No. What did you say, Isis?
Craigslist. Worst advice.
Oh yeah, that's fuck no.
You're
Where's
not
the?
a homo, darling.
I'm pansexual.
Yeah, okay. Give me some.
Give you some what?
Give me something, man. I mean, fucking, I'd be a pansexual too, darling.
He wants the dick.
I don't want to be left out here on an island by myself. Okay.
If I had to do every guy that wanted me to do them, I'd still be in the process of doing so.
Okay, I can understand that, but I mean, understanding my sexuality—that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
It's like I don't want to be left out on an island by myself.
So what is it that you want?
Well, I mean, if you want to call us pansexual, I guess it can be pansexual.
Well, you said you were homo.
I am homo.
So find a guy. Who's
Yeah,
an
I
alpha.
love penis. I love penis.
So find an alpha male.
Yeah, I wish.
You act like it's hard. Haha, I said hard. Okay. Anyway.
So, I mean, guys, well, Crimson, and is it hard to find an alpha male? Tell me.
No.
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 Okay.
See, now I have a little more like.
I go
Like,
through alpha males like potato chips, darling.
someone like Crimson's gonna have an easier time finding an alpha male than me because, well, there are some obstacles in my way that I have to deal with. Because not only if I'm looking for a male, and they have to be alpha, they also have to obviously like transsexuals. So there's a little added obstacle in the way of them being with someone like me. So, Bunto, what are your obstacles? What makes it so difficult for you?
What goes? I go through tops like potato chips.
So, what's your problem?
My problem is like, I mean, there's just no. Well, I mean, it's not like a problem, but it's like the way it is, the way reality is. I mean, Yeah, you're right. You bring up a good point. What's my problem? I mean, I should just hook up with alphas.
You want a male alpha top. You say you go through male alpha tops like potato
You
chips.
know what's so funny, darling? I mean, you can't realize how I terrorize tops. I mean, you realize that, right?
No.
No, really. Honestly, you may laugh, but I terrorize tops.
Oh.
I freaking put the fear of God into people that are interested in me.
I
How
don't.
is that? How
I,
is
d-
that?
I don't quite understand how, if they're alpha male tops, how you as the bottom put the fear of God in them. They don't
How
seem
can I
very
say
alpha if
that?
that's the case.
First off, they never encountered somebody so masculine and so power like me. Okay, as a bottom, right? Okay, they're looking for a bottom, right? And then they get me, and it's like, oh my god, this guy is like a total fucking. Is he an alpha? I mean, that's the first thing that crosses their mind, I'm sure. And then when they figure out that I'm a bottom, I mean, it's like, how are they going to control me? Honestly, I mean, that's just the way it is for me. Guys like me, or power bottoms.
Okay, then find someone who enjoys being with a power bottom then.
The only way I'm going to do that, duty, is if I join like some gay club and circulate around there.
Well,
But
you do what you gotta do.
not like, yeah, truly.
Nope.
I found my husband on MySpace, so I can't really, fuck if I can
Well,
talk about that shit.
if you want to bring that up, but I mean, it is
Well,
what it is.
well, I should say he found me on MySpace. I
Mhm.
didn't really.
Well, darling, I mean, Well, okay. Well, let's figure out what we're going to talk about. Crimson, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, tell me about like the best relationship. How long was it?
Man, I think the longest I've had is, oh god, a lot of bullshit, a lot of drama. um, I'd say 6 or 7 months.
My longest relationship has been 2 weeks. Seriously. I mean, okay, so, I mean, you want to hook up with somebody long term, or you just accept this? This is what you're about.
I prefer long term, but I've known people out there who don't have that kind of commitment, so they want to go for something a little bit shorter, and I'm fine with that. But you gotta tell me ahead of time, so I know what to expect, and shit.
What happens is you lose enthusiasm for the other person. Does that happen to you?
I have, yes. It's happened before, yeah.
And you can't stand that other person like calling you, contacting you.
Yep. Yep.
So, um, if you do hook up with somebody long term, I mean, take that as a victory. I would.
Well, I guess I've got it easy as an asexual then.
Asexual.
Yes, I quite am. Actually, I haven't. I have not been in a relationship for the last 5 years. Actually.
No.
Well, that's actually by choice. I mean, I'm mostly repulsed by the people around me. Not okay.
Why?
Repulsed is maybe too strong of a word,
Why?
but no, uh, I'm not a tail chaser. I guess is what they or pussy chaser, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, do you want to be with a woman or the guy?
I am straight, and
So
but yeah,
the
no, but
woman.
but really, I'm asexual. I'm not really so. I mean, So if I was to be sexually active, I would be straight. But
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you missed the whole concept of asexual, Bunto.
yeah, exactly.
I missed. Okay.
I mean, yeah, no, obviously I have an underlying preference, obviously, but but it's so overshadowed by just my apathy about the just dating in general that it tends to happen that way. It was
But
surprising actually. I just kind of woke up one day and said, "Wow, it's been 5 years. I haven't felt like I've missed a thing."
but don't you like absolutely know in your mind what kind of woman you'd want?
No, actually, no. I really am an independent person, so I really like having freedom to be able to do anything what I want. And I don't tend to, excuse me, I don't tend to click really well with people. It's kind of hard.
It
I mean,
doesn't
like I'm
make
sociable and all, but when it comes to like me being intimate with someone, I kind of have to know them. And a lot of
like if
people I know I'm just not interested in.
like if you had your perfect conception of a woman, wouldn't you want to be with her?
No. I mean, like, okay, I'll put it this way: if there was a woman that basically like came to my house, like just stripped naked and had sex with me and left like right after, no strings attached, I'd be okay with that. But I'm not gonna put really any personal effort into chasing women. It's just not interesting to me. So I have it easy. I don't have to worry about any of that.
Does that make sense to you guys, Jennifer Crimson?
Yeah.
I actually had a moment in my life when I first started hormone therapy where I just lost complete interest in sex.
Really?
Yeah, relationships, sex. I was not into it. I don't know if that has anything to do with
Yeah, maybe some sort of hormone imbalance for me.
yeah,
I don't
with
know.
Oh, interesting.
Gosh, to be honest, I'm kind of the opposite. Like, I wish I could turn my sex drive down even lower. Like, I really just don't like relationships in general. I like friendships, but I'm not the romantic type.
Okay, well, let me tell you guys this. All right, I have a young boyfriend. Right, he's like 26 years old, and he always impresses upon me his virility. Right, that doesn't like ever strike you guys like the what would you say like the competition or the capacity of the other partner virility.
Yeah, I
I
know. I
mean,
guess.
doesn't it strike you guys? I mean, it's like, my partner has, virility. I want to join with it.
I don't know what quite you're getting at.
Yeah.
I mean, does it strike you guys? I mean, are you completely apart from sexuality that way?
I think it I think it just is what it is. Like if my partner decided upon himself to, start doing the whole macho look at my hard on between my legs kind of, you know, attitude, I guess I would just I would I'd be amused by it in a kind of a whimsical sense, but
Really?
I wouldn't take it as like a competition of any sort.
Like a message that your partner is telling you? That's the way I take it.
Oh, I think you're reading too far into it. I think
Really? I mean, that's his virility.
yeah, and I think he's wanting of you to kind of understand it and accept it as part of him being
Young.
appreciated for what he has to offer.
He's a young man. I mean, he could, do it. I can't do it.
Are you both okay with that, though?
Well, fuck yeah, I'm okay with him. I mean, I love it.
Is he okay with you?
Yeah.
Well, then what's the problem? There's no fucking
Well, what
problem.
I'm talking about, it's like, does it strike you? I mean, I can't ever be asexual. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, my man, is, powerful sexual, I gotta go along with it.
Well, no, because there are there's niches you can kind of fit into in relationships. Like, you don't have to be the same in order to enjoy
Seriously,
sex.
Jen, you don't like sexuality? I mean, I love it.
What are you talking about? I'm explaining that you don't have to be the same to enjoy sexuality.
I think he's talking to me or Ray.
Oh.
Crimson, are you like that? Like, you don't go along with the vibe?
I'm trying to understand what the hell is going on, but from what I understand,
Okay, like your
I've
boyfriend
never.
is like a hardcore sexual beast. You don't go along with it?
Shit. I've never really had that problem. Like, no joke.
Seriously.
I've never
It's
had
not
that
a
problem.
problem. It's not a problem, Crimson. It's like,
She keeps up, right?
Oh no, I'm saying that I've never had. Okay, I've had many boyfriends in the past who have had a high sex drive, and I tell them straight up, look, mine is not that high, and if you want,
seriously. Fuck, Jen. Crimson, I can't believe you do that, man. Why do you do that?
I was gonna say, I have a low sex drive. Like, I tell them right whenever that sex conversation comes up, I got a low sex drive.
Seriously.
So you can't sit there and expect me every 6 seconds to give it to you. Now every hour is more plausible. That I can deal with.
Wow, Jen. Oh, wow, that's incredible.
Okay, so Bento, I think I've explained this to you before. Like, if there are two people in a relationship and one is only willing to go so far, you go with the lowest common denominator, like the lowest. Like Crimson said, if her boyfriend wants to do it every 6 seconds, and
Yeah.
she's only willing to go once every hour, then you go once every hour. You don't expect someone to give more than they're willing to offer.
Holy cow. That's so weird. I mean, it's like you're the alpha. I mean, to do what you want.
No, it's not about being alpha or beta or whatever. It's about compromising to the needs and wants of your partner.
Truly? Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
You've never heard of this concept?
Well, I mean, I can imagine it, but it's like, whatever you say, darling, I mean, I'll do it. I mean,
Well,
if you're
no,
going to
because
come every 5 seconds, I'm going to come every 5 seconds.
because if Crimson's boyfriend were to hear every hour instead of every 6 seconds, and he wasn't okay with that, he has the option to leave and find someone who's good to go every 6 seconds.
That's so weird, Jen. I mean, Jen, come on, honey. I mean, that's
No,
so weird.
your options become accept what the person has to offer or leave. It's
Jen, that's
that
so
simple.
weird. I mean, that's so weird. I don't know.
Why is that concept so weird to you? Like, everyone else understands it.
It's like loyalty. That's why it's weird.
Loyalty?
Yeah.
No, that goes for anybody who wants to have sex with me.
Well,
Okay.
that's what I'm
Kristen,
saying
do
though.
you
Like,
want me to be loyal to you? I mean, I'll be totally loyal to you. I mean, do you understand that?
Shit.
I know. I mean, it's like that's the way it works.
well, that's what I'm saying, Bunto. You have the option to accommodate her wants or leave. The loyalty would be to stay and accommodate her wants. But you do have the option to leave and find someone who's willing to accommodate you, or that matches you better. If it's that important to you and it's a deal breaker that she can only put out once an hour, which, hell, if I had a girlfriend that put out once an hour, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do with myself. I'm good with once a day. Once a day is fine for me. Hell, once every 2 days if I'm lucky. hell, I haven't slept with someone in 6 months, so I would go with once a month. But yeah, I mean, if regardless of the absurdity of once every 6 seconds, it's if it's really that important to you, you either find someone who supplies that demand that you have, or you tone it down a bit and you accept that the person that you want to be with doesn't do it that often.
Crimson.
Yes.
Oh, Bunto.
Well, Crimson, what do you think?
She's right. I mean, I don't know how else it could be told to you. That's just how it is. There are other people in the world who can supply your needs if one person cannot, and it's not like it's going to break someone's heart if it doesn't happen.
Okay,
So what?
Crimson, if you had some guy totally loyal to you, what would you think?
Like, we talking sex? We talking relationships?
Like sex, the whole thing, man. I mean, they know you're right.
Okay,
I mean, would any of what Jennifer said make sense to you, to a guy who knows that you were right?
yeah. Yeah.
Seriously.
I've been in that situation, and he was a virgin, and he thought everything I said was right, and he was totally loyal to me. So, it happens, I guess. In a sense.
I don't know, man. I think like when a guy is loyal to you, it's like they're like committed to you.
Well, yeah, you can be committed to someone but still not have to forego your standards of a relationship. Like, you don't, like, in a committed relationship, it's not one person says something and then you jump. It's one person says something, you say something back, and you come to a compromise. Like, if it were the other way around, and let's say Crimson wanted it every 6 seconds and her boyfriend only wanted it once an hour, then I'm sure if she really wanted to be with him, she would do the same for him that he might want to do for her if he were loyal to her.
Well, okay, I can see you like manipulating that, but I mean like if somebody asked Crimson's boyfriend, "Do you love Crimson?" and the guy would say, "Yeah." You know what I mean? It's like I am loyal to Crimson.
Yeah, that's kind of what a relationship is.
I don't see
Yeah.
why, where the guy would like, temper his loyalty towards Crimson.
But the thing is that there's a difference between loving someone and being with them. Like, there are people that I've broken up with that I loved immensely. Like, I mean, but I knew that it just wasn't going to work out between us because there's too many differences.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I've loved people that I know I would not work out with. Like, I've lusted after people that I know it wouldn't work out with. The whole crush thing,
the
you
infatuation.
got all these little nuances. Yeah, all these little nuances. But when you're actually honest with yourself and you know yourself and you try to understand that other person, and you just sometimes come to most of the times come to the realization that it's probably not going to work out long term for you two.
Really? I mean, eventually what we want, Jennifer, is a woman to say, yes, this is right, in my mind.
Only if she agrees that it's right.
Yeah, I know. Truly.
So, Bento, are you saying that you would want a woman who, well, you say you're homo, but you say you want a woman. But anyway, regardless of it, just for the sake of talking here, what you want is a woman who's going to sit there and say, to be with you, and you're going to be like, okay, I want sex at 8:30 in the morning,
No,
12:30
no,
in the afternoon, 5:30. I
no.
I want a meal right before and sex right after the meal.
That's good, Jen. I
And
mean,
so you're gonna lay down all these rules, and you want the girl to be like, yes, Bunto, that's the way
that's a
it will
good
be.
point, Jen. I mean, no, I really want something that appears to me that makes sense. Really.
Well,
That,
to have it your way would make sense to you.
yes, truly. I can
So,
understand that.
but that's not going to necessarily make sense to someone that you want to be with. Now, what do? Do you coerce them to go
No,
your
I
way,
don't
or
want to ever coerce them. I don't want to ever coerce them.
so what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
You
you bring up
compromise,
a good
don't you?
point. Yes, I do compromise. I just hang
So
back.
that's just what you do. It's what a relationship's about.
Yep.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's a
Like
good observation.
for the last okay, so I'm gonna get a little personal here, but
Go ahead, honey.
the last, so like I said, I haven't gotten laid in 6 months. That was the last time I was with my husband, and he was mad that I only, the 2 weeks we were together, I only slept with him 2 times.
Right, honey.
And so he was kind of upset about that. And that was because, like I said, my hormones, they dropped my sex drive down quite immensely. So I told him for the next 6 months, I was going to stop my hormones, and I did
Right,
that.
honey. Okay, honey.
But the thing is now is I'm fucking hornier than a motherfucker, and I can't do anything about it. Do I go do what I want and get laid, or do I stay faithful to him and wait until he gets here?
Well, my view is that somebody has an incredible prerogative that one does not step upon. Okay, do you understand that? I mean,
What?
one can appreciate the prerogative not to step upon it.
Yes, but what do you think my prerogative is? To go out and get laid, or to stay loyal to my husband?
No, it's obviously to stay loyal to your husband.
So no one's stepping on my prerogative.
Right. Nobody steps upon the prerogative. The wisdom can be questioned, but the prerogative not. That's the way I look at it.
But where is the prerogative derived from?
From you. That's you.
It's derived from the wisdom that you gain from life.
Yeah, you can say that, but
So if the wisdom can be correct and can be questioned, then in turn that means the prerogative can be questioned and it can be altered. Your prerogatives can change.
I dare not question prerogative.
Prerogatives can change.
Yes, they can.
They don't have to stay. Like if I were 10 years younger, I most certainly would not give a fuck about, I wouldn't even be married, for one thing.
Right.
But I could give a fuck less of what other people wanted me to do for them, or what they thought that that
Truly.
was not according to their standards, because
Truly.
if they don't like it, then they can go fuck themselves. But no, I have someone in my life that I care about what they think of me.
Truly.
And
I can understand that, my love.
I want to maintain that. So
truly love my love. I can understand that. But I mean, it's sort of like the whole of Jennifer Borden one can enjoy. I want you always to know that, my love. One can enjoy. One can understand.
I think this would be a good time for that meme. I would say go home, Bunto, you're drunk, but I already know you're home, so.
But it's true. It's true. I just want to say that.
If anyone in this room could make sense of it, I'm sure it is true, Bunto.
No, but no, I mean the whole thing about that is stepping on prerogative in my mind. How to obey another person's wishes.
yeah, and okay, so now here's a conflict for you. This is just throwing it
Not a
out there.
conflict, but I mean, I
Well,
go with it, darling.
I haven't even given you the situation yet, so how do you know it's not a conflict?
Okay.
Okay, so here's my hypothetical. Let's say I'm horny as hell and I want to go get laid, but my husband says, "No, I want you to stay faithful to me."
Oh
There's a
my
conflict. There's a conflict of prerogative.
Sure.
His prerogative is to have a loyal wife, and
Yes,
my
ma'am.
prerogative is to go get laid. So
Yes, ma'am.
whose prerogative gets stepped on now?
Well, what I would question is the wisdom of his position. That's what I would say. Doesn't make sense to me.
Why does it not make sense to you?
Because it's like, my God, uh, darling, I don't want to go here, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. Just doesn't. I mean, you're a young woman. Everything about you is vibrant. I just doesn't make sense to me. I would, if I was your husband, I would not have said that.
So you would basically let me go sleep with whoever I
Yes,
wanted to.
yes, yes, my love, I would, because I respect you that much. You may laugh, but it's true.
Oh my lordy.
You may laugh, but it's true.
So it would be you're saying that my husband's prerogative
Is
is
silly,
wrong. Is silly.
insane, inane. Yes,
Who is it that makes that judgment?
me,
What makes you the authority?
my experience.
Yeah, but your experience isn't his experience.
True.
And I would say that your experience doesn't match with most people's experience.
Fine.
So again, I ask the question, whose prerogative gets stepped on?
Probably, if I only offer observations, so it's not really stepping on your prerogative. But
Well, no, I'm saying in the scenario that I gave you, where my husband wants a loyal wife, but I want to go fuck around, whose prerogative gets stepped on?
in that situation, I mean, for me to offer an observation, I mean, obviously I step on your husband's prerogative.
See, now I disagree.
Right.
I believe you go with the lowest common denominator, and that is having a loyal wife. That's
Sure.
I want to sleep with X amount of people. He wants me to sleep with Y amount of people, and
Right.
if Y is less than X, then I sleep with Y.
I know, honey, but I mean, it's just like, fuck.
I'm not saying I enjoy it. I mean, that scenario is true. You know me. We've had a debate where I'm a poly
I
I'm a
know.
poly lover. I'm a polyamorous person. I don't think that.
Well, this is what I know. From my end, I can put incredible pressure on you, but I know that it's not, fucking anything beneficial towards, anything that we want to think about, our beliefs. So I don't.
I don't think you put as much pressure on me as you think you do.
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to. In a way that's good, but in a way that's bad.
So are you telling me you err on the side of caution?
Well, yeah. I mean, respect.
Oh,
I want to err on the spectrum of respect.
Now you get the concept of going with the lowest common denominator.
Well, it's not lowest common denominator. I mean, it's like I completely align myself with you. What your wishes are, I completely align myself with that.
Why would you do that, though?
Because, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I really have like complete validity in you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's true. There's such a beast as me.
Why? I mean, I guess I don't understand why you would allow yourself to have.
That's the way I am. I mean, that's just the way I am.
Like, I could not fold my.
Don't worry about it, darling. Don't worry about it. That's all me. You don't have to worry about shit.
I couldn't do that for someone that didn't do the same for me.
Don't worry about it. It's all me.
Okay, as long as you know that. I have witnesses here.
Yeah. It's just the way human nature is.
Sure, I will agree that you can't help who you fall in love with.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, I mean, I could fall in love with Nadia. Do you want me to fall in love with Nadia?
Do I want you to?
Yeah.
I'd fucking love to see that.
I don't know if I would say I want you to, but if you feel the urge to, then be my guest.
I just want to see how you guys probably have like ridiculous sex on like Google Hangouts. Like we were
I've
all
had
trying to have a
sex
hangout.
with Nadia.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I've had.
I'm sorry.
Why is that sorry? I mean, she's okay. She's a
No,
woman.
You
I
live
mean,
in the
no,
Bay Area?
no.
What's wrong with Nadia? She's okay.
I like her, but I don't know. The more I listen to her, the more I'm like,
Yeah,
Poor
pretty
Nadia.
much.
I would have to stay away. Just I don't think I could. Like Jenny was talking about earlier about like if you can stay in a room with them without them driving you crazy, you've got something there. That I think she would drive me crazy eventually.
Nadia
Oh,
needs
yeah.
love.
But yeah, but Bunto, you live in the Bay Area?
Okay, what's wrong with giving Nadia love?
No, do you live in the Bay Area?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Oh, so you like shipped her over there, or you shipped her over?
I've been to the Bay Area, but
Right,
I
right,
mean,
okay.
I can give Nadia love.
Yeah.
She won't
I think-
accept it.
What's wrong with giving Nadia love?
There's nothing wrong with it. She just won't accept it.
Why won't you accept it?
I don't know. Go ask her.
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
I'm
she
doing
would
that
hold
right
down her-
now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind. She's constantly going on about how she'd like to be I'll put it as nicely as possible rammed.
No, I think Nadia gets a bad rap.
I don't know. I liked her when I first met her, but then I just stopped liking her. Plus, I stopped. Just she's not a nice person.
Why?
Like one example is she slowly was turning down my volume when I was in one of her rooms, and she just corrects me on stuff that I don't even need correcting on, and I just don't like her attitude. You know, woe is me, woe is me. Guess I
No.
hit the
If
nail
there's
right on that.
anybody that needs love, it's Nadia.
I do agree that, but not from me.
Or me.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Bunto. I mean, if you know.
That's
Poor Nadia.
well, that's the thing though. It's like I've dealt with people like Nadia before. Excuse me. I've had in my personal life, met in real life, dealt with people like that, and the thing is that with people like that, they'll be like, she literally told me that I was going to end up leaving her as a friend, and you know, she kept repeatedly telling me that, oh, you'll leave sooner or later. You're going to get tired of me. You're gonna start hating me. Blah 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 blah. And you can only hear that so many times before you up and fucking like don't want to talk to her anymore. You know, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It just they harp on it until you just can't stand it anymore, and then it makes what they're saying come true.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel Nadia like the same thing with me as in Nadia. I still like her as a person, and I wish the best for her, but I try to limit my conversations to her to as much as I can stand before I part ways, and then I move on.
Why is that? Like, Crimson, is that the way love works? Is like, how much liability you have?
No, I thought we already had this conversation about love and how it's 50-50.
It's 50-50, okay.
I would say there is a liability, but it's on both ends. And if there's a standard that has to be met, and anything above that is bonus points.
Okay.
But if the person you're with isn't meeting your standards, or you're not meeting their standards, then you just shouldn't be together.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Why is love like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's not just love, that's all relationships. That's any interaction you have with someone is a give and take. If you're always giving and they're always taking, then that's
Okay, let me ask you this, Jen. Were you ever put off, like, when you had gay sex with a guy? Like, how amorous they were towards you? Were you ever, like, put off by that?
Was I put off by gay sex?
Really, like, you were, like, saying, well, I'm like a man, and I shouldn't be really beholden to a guy.
But she's not.
Well,
No, really?
The thing is that before I transitioned, I've had interactions with guys, and it wasn't necessarily to be amorous towards them or have them be amorous towards me. It was pretty much just exploring. And when I realized that it was something that I enjoyed, then it was just something that was an option for me to possibly use if I met someone that fit the category that I needed.
Okay.
Like if they were the person that I wanted to be with and they just happened to be male, then I was going to be okay with that.
I have sex with Tim, right? I mean, I know that my duty for Tim is to be like his bottom.
Okay.
See what I mean? I mean, I know that that's what my duty is. My place is to be like, supportive of his top.
Well, that's the arrangement you two would have, and that's fine. If that works for you both, and if you like to be a bottom and he likes to be the top, then hey, you got a perfect match there in that department.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's like you don't see any sense of duty?
Alright, if you're asking if you were a top and he was a top, that if you would have a duty to provide bottom services to him?
Right,
No.
like it
No.
makes sense.
Absolutely not. No.
You're right. It's like, I just have these, like, what do you call it, sense of duty.
Now, if there were other reasons you were with him and sex wasn't that big of a deal to you and you didn't mind doing bottom
Well, I
for
want
him,
Tim to feel like a man,
well, that's fine. But if you're really wanting to top and you're like, okay, so if you were to bottom for him a couple times and then top a couple times, so you both got a little bit
No,
of what?
I don't even top. I don't want to top with Tim.
Shut up, listen to me.
Okay.
I'm saying if you were a top and he was the top, and he wanted you to bottom for him, and you bottomed a couple times for him, and he bottomed for you a couple times, so you could get what you wanted as a top.
Yeah.
So if you were a top, then you get what you wanted a couple times. Then yeah, you can compromise like that. But if he was strictly dead set on being a top, and you're strictly, did I just say dickly?
Yes, you did.
If you were strictly dead set on being a a top as well, then it's not going to work if it's something you're not willing to compromise at.
Mm-hmm.
Why do women laugh at that?
At what? The lack of compromise?
No, but I mean, me
No.
being a bottom.
Why do women laugh at you being a bottom?
Yeah, I mean, why do they laugh about that?
I never heard a woman laugh at a guy being a
Well, Crimson, weren't you laughing at me for being a bottom?
No, I was laughing at what she said. She said Dickley.
Yeah.
I thought you were laughing at me for being a bottom.
No.
Bunto, you're a bottom.
Why do guys laugh at you for being a bottom?
Because I'm weak. They think I'm like a weak woman. And they want to
don't
laugh
say
at me.
that. I was just trying to be funny, but failed horribly at it.
Like, you would laugh at me, right, Jen, for being a bottom?
Every day, all day. That's all I do. Is laugh at you, Bunto.
Because I want to be a woman. You like, what's this guy trying to be a woman?
Who says that you're being okay? Having sex with guys does not make you a woman.
Okay, having sex with guys does not make me a woman. Thank you, darling. That's great. I need that. Thank you. Okay, what will make me a woman, my love? What will make you a woman?
What will make you a woman?
Yes, thank you. What will make you a woman? Like, I gotta dress up like a woman. I gotta be like a complete woman for the guy to be a woman.
It depends on what your definition of a woman is.
All right.
Like
I like being with big guys. All right.
I could have the surgery, get implants, do facial feminization, and all that stuff, and there'll still be people out there who will swear up and down that I'm not a woman.
Fine.
I'm okay with that. There are some people who accept me as a woman right now. I'm okay with that too, because I don't really care what people think my gender is, as long as I'm happy with who I am.
Sure.
That's all that fucking matters.
Sure.
So if you want to sit here and put labels on it about what makes you or what would make you a woman, well, only you can define that.
Okay. Okay. I'm just asking you, darling. I mean, it's sort of like,
The question shouldn't be what would make you a woman. The question should be what would make you happy.
Okay. I'm with a guy that wants me to be as a woman. All right.
That would make you
happy? I'm
happy?
with a guy who wants me to be a woman.
Is that what would make you happy?
Well, the thing is that, how close I could align with that feeling.
Well, you could just be the submissive bottom.
Right.
Is that good enough for him?
That's a good question.
Or does he want more? This hypothetical person you're with, does he want you to wear heels and dresses if he thinks that would make you a woman? Does he want you to grow your hair long? Does he want you to, get hair removal or cut off your penis? Or it's not really the situation, but like, how far is it that he's wanting you to go to be quote unquote a woman?
Okay, my love, do I have to be a woman, or can I just get genderqueer?
Why don't you ask the person you're wanting to be with?
Okay.
Like, if you're willing to bow down to someone to do what they want.
Bow down. I love it. Okay.
Ask them.
All right. I don't want to bow down to anybody, my love.
Well, then why are you seeking requirements to be what you think you want to be? Like, just do what you want to do. Be happy with your life.
All right.
If you want to stay a man and just be the bottom, then just stay a man and be the bottom.
Why is that stay a man? I mean, I don't understand it, darling. I don't mean it's like this thing inside me.
Oh, do you want to be a woman? Then be a woman.
I don't want to be a woman. I want to be myself.
Stay a man. There you go. Be yourself. What do you consider yourself? You consider yourself a man?
Yes.
Then you're a man. Shut the fuck up. You're a man. Just be a man who's a bottom.
All right.
Do what you want. These labels, they fucking kill me because...
Label. Kill me.
They do.
All right. Okay, I can understand that.
I know women who can bench press more than I ever could as a man before I
Right.
transitioned. Does that make them a man because that one trait that they're stronger than I am or I was? That doesn't make them, this whole masculine feminine. It bothers the hell out of me. Like, really does. And
Okay.
I know I'm not going to get most people to be on board with that, but it really still just irks me.
Okay. I can understand that, but the only thing is like, for our audience sake, it's like those men that want to like, make their partners happy and they want to be female. You see what I mean? They like go towards that.
Their partners want them to be female?
Well, yeah. I mean, some guys want female feedback.
Trust me, if a guy is willing to go through the shit that I went through for my transition just to be with some dude who wants them to be a female,
Right.
there's something way fucked up in their head.
Okay. Okay. Explain that to me, my love. How does that work? How are they fucked up? That's what they
Well,
want.
okay, it's just like getting someone's name tattooed on you. Like, that is something that is a long-term commitment for something that may or may not last. You don't just up and do something like that. As like in a transition, there's more, like, there are things that you do to your body that you don't get back. Like, you can get a tattoo removed.
Right.
So maybe that was a bad example, but going back from female to male after you've done the surgery is not something that's even remotely possible to do. I mean, it's
Okay, well, let me ask you this. You are a female expert, right?
no,
Know a lot about female,
I know a lot about being me.
but you do know a lot about being female.
I've lived less as a female than I have as a male. So if anything, that would make me a male expert. I don't know.
Okay, well,
Depends on
are
how you
you
look at
more
it.
of a male expert or more of a female expert? Obviously female.
I'm not an expert at either. I don't know why you want to throw this term in there.
Well, I mean, you're more of a female expert, my love.
No, I'm not an expert on either gender.
That's, I don't know, darling.
Because people are different. People, like, they're, like, Crimson could be different from any other female that I've ever known. Isis might be different than any other guy I've ever known. I can't be an expert on a complete gender because there are always going to be people who are different. And that's why I look at people on an individual basis. I don't judge them based off their gender, which is part of the reason why I'm pansexual.
I take you as a female expert.
You can take me that way, but I don't consider myself to be one.
All right. Okay. Okay, we're together, right? You obviously know more about being a female than a male, right?
If anyone is a female expert here, it's probably Crimson. If anyone is more male expert, it'd probably be either you or Isis, not me. If anyone is more of a trans expert, that would probably be me. I can take
Okay.
that one. As far as the people in this room go, I would probably have to split it up that way. But to sit here and label me an expert at male or female, I'm not an expert at anything. I wouldn't even consider myself an expert at massage. And that's what I do for a living, so.
All right, Crimson, what's your take? You're a female expert?
As far as knowing myself and how I operate, yeah, but I can't speak for everyone else because everyone else is different and has their own different personalities.
Wow, that answer sounds very familiar, Bunto. I wonder where. Oh, yeah, that was me that just said that.
Yeah, really. Oh, can you elaborate, Crimson, about how much you are absolutely solid in your sexuality?
Um, okay, the best way I can explain this is I'm not afraid to check a female out with my boyfriend present. He's like that's something else that's different about me is I have no problem letting my boyfriend know ahead of time, hey, if I want a girlfriend, I'll ask you first. So as far as my sexual preference is concerned, I just go with what feels natural and what, if I want something at that time, yeah, I'll discuss it, but if not, life goes on. It's just there. It's not like I'm honed in on, pussy or dick, at once or, separate occasion. It's just there. I like what I like. Um, um, um,
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, I mean,
Not homed in on pussy or dick.
um, I'm trying to think of a better way to put it, where it makes sense. Okay. A good example is back when I was dating my ex, who was a swinger. Um, when he told me that he was a swinger, no, I wasn't comfortable with that first, and we had a 2 to 3 hour discussion on compromising because
Right.
I wasn't comfortable with it at that time, and I was just getting into that, okay with the swinger, the whole, back and forth sharing shit. And so he compromised. He's like, okay, until you're comfortable with the idea and going to clubs with me, I'll be your one and only.
Right.
Yeah. So, which made me feel more comfortable, and in return, it was easier for me to accept the fact that he would go to those clubs, be the bouncer, hang out, have friends, play both sides.
Play both sides.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're settling for that shit?
No?
Really? Okay.
No?
It's like I'm like really demanding. That's what, people get rubbed the wrong way about me.
Yeah.
I don't settle for that shit.
I used to be that way,
Yeah.
and I only changed my opinion on that and my ways on that because to me, now to you it's different. To me, it made my brain hurt to be constantly demanding and constantly, whatever in that same area. I can't think of a word that goes along with it right now, but it gave me such a headache because most of the time my boyfriends couldn't give into that. It was
Right.
either they tried and it wouldn't work and it would cause an argument, or we would compromise and it would make either one of us mad.
Right.
I just gave up and I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, okay. Yeah.
And thankfully, yes, I've had mostly submissive boyfriends, so it hasn't been a problem with me at all.
So, Jen, is that my problem? Is that I'm not a submissive boyfriend?
No, I don't think that's your problem. I think your issue is that you have these ideals of a certain person that you want to be with, and I don't necessarily think that you found the person that fits those ideals, that is accepting of what you're willing to offer back. And no, not fucking money.
I love you, Angel. Could I be like a better boyfriend if I was that way?
Well, like I said, what you need to do is kind of be honest with yourself.
Right.
Put into perspective what you have to offer.
Okay.
And align it with what you're expecting in return. See if they kind of match up, and if they do, you're good to go.
All right, Angel.
If you're expecting a lot more in return than what you're willing to offer, then I think you need to kind of balance the scales there and work from there.
Like an accountant.
Pretty much, yeah. The accountant of love.
No kidding, my love. All right, Crimson. Like, I mean, how come you haven't hooked up with anybody online, Crimson?
As of right now, the way, okay, I, until just, God, 20, oh, yeah, 20 years old, I had to stop and realize that I need to make myself happy, and online or overseas does not make me happy, because what I am, the kind of person I am, is I like to have that ability to touch that person, to look them in the eyes.
Proximity.
More physical than just emotion. I mean, yes, the emotion comes with it, but I can deal. Like for instance, if I was dating someone who went to basic training and then had to go overseas, that'd be acceptable. But I would have had to date them for, a certain amount of time before I'd be comfortable. Because overseas or over the internet is pretty much, you don't know if they're, capable of cheating on you, lying to you. You don't know, you don't know. And some are loyal, yes, but some, no. It's a really big hit and miss. It's like throwing a bucket of coins into a fountain and seeing how many coins come up heads. You don't know.
Jennifer.
I would have to agree.
Have you ever liked women, Crimson? Like relationships?
See, this is why I say I want a man who listens.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Okay.
Because she's gone over this before.
Yeah.
Well, tell me all about women, Crimson.
Okay.
What do you like about women?
Well,
wow, it's like deja vu.
right. One of the girlfriends I had in high school, we connected because she was my height, same kind of hairstyle, short but black, my same kind of dress, which back in the day was, and still kind of is, I wish it could happen, was, trip pants and hoodie, like real comfortable shit. And we got along because she was the spontaneous one. She would instigate everything, and I hardly had to do anything. Like, unless I wanted to, she was always instigating. Like we're talking after class, she would sit there and make out with me, or flirt with me, or grab me. I mean, I like a female who can push my sexual buttons until I just jump her ass.
All right. Well, Jen, what do you think? Makes sense?
Well, of course it makes sense because that's what she likes. Like home, I sit there and say, "Oh, Crimson, you're wrong. You're not supposed to like people like that." It's her personal preference. She knows what she wants, and
Hey, Crimson, have you ever been jealous of men?
Why would I be jealous of men?
Because we have dicks.
We have boobs.
You have
penis
boobs.
envy.
We have penis.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to go there, we really don't need you guys except for your sperm. So
Right?
I'm not really
You
jealous.
For the
Not really
sperm.
jealous. Not to mention anything we wear looks good on us. Like we could go in your closet and pull out an
Right.
old shirt of yours and make it look sexy. You, not so much.
That's true. What's so funny is like I get so jealous of women. Isn't that insane?
See, it's because of men like you, Bunto,
Why? What's
that
wrong with my
that
jealousy of women?
that people think that I transitioned just because I was jealous of women.
It's because of men like me.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's all your fault, Bunto.
You may laugh, but it's maybe some truth in there.
No, she has a point, and that's why I'm laughing. Because some people do actually think that, and it's sad, but
No, women
that's
are
what they think.
incredibly mad at men for trying to usurp their position. Crystal.
Okay, well then that's the problem.
What is their? I mean, what
They
is
don't
their
want
position?
guys to like hone in on freaking trying to attract men.
Yeah, I've had people who told me that I transitioned to attract men. But the funny thing is that I've attracted more women after my transition than I ever did as a guy.
All right.
So explain that one. I don't know.
Okay. How can I explain it?
No, that was never mind, Bunto.
No, it's true. It's
It was a rhetorical question, but
um.
or a rhetorical statement, I should say. I don't really need you to explain it. It's what I'm
Well,
thinking.
I know that women dislike men trying to usurp their position of trying to hook up with men. I know that in my heart.
Okay, why if a all right. So if you're a male and you're
Right.
attracted to males,
Right.
you think women are jealous that you're taking away their men?
Right.
But why would women want those men? Because those men are gay. They're not going to sleep with them anyway.
No, women want everything. They want everything to themselves. That's why they follow the attraction.
The other thing is that women love the control that they have over men through their sexuality, and because gay men aren't moved by that, they have no control over them like they do regular men.
I agree, 100%.
I would have to say there's a little bit of truth to that, yeah. But the thing is I don't want to attract a guy that I'm not going to be able to sleep with anyway. Like, there's no point.
Yes, sorry I've been so quiet. I've been listening this entire time. I didn't know. I don't have anything to say.
No, I mean,
No,
it's
you're fine.
true. You brought up a good point, Aces.
Thank you.
It's like, absolutely true.
Great. I'm glad you said that.
Well, I mean, we're in the same pool. We have to, like, get along with each other. Don't you think, ladies?
Do we have to get along? No.
Yes, we do.
I think it's
there's no way I could learn to be female unless I have a female help me. Jen?
Again, it depends on what your definition of female is.
Right.
I mean, when it comes down to it, the labels we give each other are kind of arbitrary, or give ourselves are arbitrary.
I beg to differ.
You beg to differ? What if male meant you had a pussy and boobs?
No, it doesn't mean that.
But I'm just saying the words we have, the definitions we give to them, are just their descriptions. They don't have any inherent meaning in themselves.
The gender binary has utility. That's why we've held onto it for thousands of years. I mean,
No, that's just the easiest way to explain shit.
no, I mean,
Yes.
the gender binary has validity by far.
But it doesn't match reality. That's the thing.
Yes, it does. It's the closest thing that does match reality.
No, it doesn't.
Anything that has to do with the non-gender
reality
binary is just bending reality. Okay, let me ask you this, my love. How come there's no transsexual Buddhist monks? Why not?
There are.
There are.
Oh, there are transsexual Buddhist monks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything is capable nowadays, sexual preference-wise or religion-wise.
Religion, race, gender it doesn't matter. Like, there are female to male, there are male to female, there are, they used to be called hermaphrodites, they're now called intersex. There are people who have Klinefelters, there are all these different types of people out there that are not just male or female. There are plenty of people who are just male or female, but there are plenty of outliers outside of that. While you can sit there and say, oh, binary has utility, well, only in the sense that it's simpler that way. It's easy to look at things as, is it either A or B, rather than it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Like, it's so much easier to put things in two boxes than it is to break them down even further, and that is the only utility that gender binary has.
Oh my God. Do you believe that deep in your heart, Crimson?
I'm laughing because what I just said is what I just said. I'm not the kind of person to go back on my word, so yes. And if you would have listened, you would have had to ask me again.
Oh, he just wanted to know if you changed your mind from his point.
Oh boy,
No.
I know I'm like the devil.
Because he will keep asking until someone, like, either gives up or changes their mind, which it's usually they give up, because I don't think he's ever changed anyone's mind just by repeating the question.
Oh boy, okay. I have to say, you guys are great. I'm gonna go ahead and end this hangout, but please, I have to thank you all for your observations, very cogent that they were.
Yeah.
And I agree with most of them.
I'm glad ours were cogent, because,
You were cogent. I'd like to thank you all. Take care, y'all, and until we meet again.